What's up, gamers? Gonna play some Call of Duty and watch some new Rory and Mole.
You know, and Asian people too.
Oh,
Chinese people hate Japanese, they hate Koreans.
Yeah.
I'm done hearing about the whites being the worst. Well, I'm not saying we're great, but enough with us. Stop it.
But doesn't that come from the position of power? Because like it's
what power? Do I have
just
power?
talked about the history of you guys.
Yeah, 200. What am I doing, dude? I took the fucking bus here. What am I doing? If you're gonna have a narrative, you got, you know, I just don't want to hear shit regurgitated on TikTok anymore. I want you to tell me where I'm on the Q53 coming over here.
I'm not saying you in particular. I'm saying through the historical lens, the position of power has always been
historical
the white
whites.
person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm saying when it comes to minorities, I think minorities. I'm agreeing with you. I think they're more racist because they're trying to separate themselves. They want to make the other minorities lesser than.
Right.
You always want to be. I'm better than them, even though we're the same. That's always the case.
Minorities can't be racist, though.
Yes, they can.
We can't be.
They can be prejudice, I believe. By
prejudice.
definition.
Prejudice is a better word.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Can't be racist.
Yeah, my uncle married a Cuban woman, and their family by far is the most hateful group I've ever met in my entire life.
Cuban, yeah, they're bad.
They're anything they say, if they came out of Donald Trump's mouth, they would hang him.
They're bad news, baby. Get them all. Yeah.
Get them all.
Get them all. They're bad news. Yeah, dude.
Every single Cuban. All of them. From Daniel Monte down.
Besides the Jewish Cubans, love them, respect them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Diversity. It's just like all fake, you know?
Wait, there's a Jewish
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, this guy, he knows.
Anytime I need some type of white reassurance, I just look over at Peach. We connect eyes. We don't say a word. He understands.
Yeah. He looks like a guy from Peaky Blinders. He looks like one old school guys at the bars. Yeah.
You had to see him when we was in London. Oh man.
Oh my God, that's great.
This guy, you look like an English hooligan. Yeah. Like you're just in the stands yelling, "Fuck you! This is my island!" Yeah, dude, your liver is bad. I can tell from here your liver's bad,
I hate
dude.
the sun.
Which is good though, but you know what? You're living free, bro. You're living good.
That one can stay.
You're failing, but you're good though.
He doesn't care about health and wellness. That's like a regular guy. Like I'm over here like, oh, I have to do yoga. I'm meditating. What is this guy? This guy, no, dude, he's eating cheeseburgers, drinking beers. This guy doesn't care if he drops dead at 50. He probably will. Look at it. It doesn't matter. I respect it.
He has to stay in shape every 4 years for the insurrection.
Yeah, dude.
And that's it.
That's it.
In between there, just
do what he wants. Like in shape. He's fucking gay.
Gel in his hair.
Yeah. This guy's like an actual guy. I respect him.
That's a man, right?
That's a man.
That's what a man.
And that's kind of, he has the old school conqueror head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, look at his head. It looks like an older. His head's too big. He can't fit into hats. This guy can fit into a regular sized hat. Look at his head. That's an old school guy. He doesn't have small heads like us. Like he's not petite. This guy, he just gets up. He eats whatever he wants. Lard.
Lard.
And then that's it, bro. He just walks around like a, dude. It's great. I guarantee you, she thinks you're the hottest guy, even though you're not. But she's most attracted to you.
Man.
Even though like we're all better and cleaner, but like he looks at you, and you're just here. You shouldn't be working in technology. Like you're an actual man. You should be. Somebody's told you, somebody messed with you mentally and was like, this is what you need to do. You need to go out there and start beating the shit out of people. That's what I want. The NYPD would come in here and be like, give me this fucking guy. Put a fucking stick in his head.
He looks like he doesn't ask questions.
He just looks like, yeah, dude. They would. You look like you should be recruited.
100%. He has that old school look.
The lunchroom Marines worked on him.
100%, dude.
Oh, the pull-up bar.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. Raw strength. I like him.
Yeah, I had years of feminism with my
Yeah, dude,
bloodline just shrunk my
You
head.
got a little baby head.
Yeah.
We're not real guys.
Yeah, I was so happy when the trend of the fitteds went over the ears.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
how I wear every hat.
It doesn't look like, I think like a guy from 200 years ago would look at us, they don't even know what we are. They're like, what is this? This is supposed to be a guy?
Yeah, it's
Bad, dude. We have little dicks now. The guys had way bigger dicks back in the day. It's true.
For sure.
Bigger dicks, bigger balls. We got little. This guy's got a big dick and balls. I bet. I bet if you guys went on the Patreon, what's his name? Peaches.
Peach.
Peach. You pull this guy.
Peach
I
Peaches?
guarantee you, this guy is the biggest dick and balls out of this whole team. He's an actual guy.
Yeah. You got a burrito on his
He's
head.
not ticklish. He's not doing any of that.
Unsnip too.
He's not ticklish.
He's not ticklish.
No way Peach got
Unsnipped,
circumcised.
not
No
touched.
way, he's not circumcised, bro.
No.
His feet are atrocious. He's like a mess, but this is what women want. They don't want like a guy. He's not taking care of
Yeah.
himself.
It's the Tony Soprano.
Yeah,
theory.
dude, it doesn't matter, bro. This is the guy.
Lit
I'm
up.
telling you, dude, this is what we got to do.
Yeah. We need more of that.
That's the blueprint.
But it exists. We're just in our New York City bubble. If you, a few exits down
Yeah.
to LIE, you're gonna run into a
This guy.
bunch of people.
But yes,
For sure.
This
And
is him.
Staten Island. I mean,
Where's he
past the
from?
ferry, you're gonna.
He's from the
get a-
Bronx.
Oh, you're from the Bronx. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Old school.
Yeah.
Old
He's from-
school.
He's from the Bronx and then moved to Kansas like a real fucking man.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're going back, yeah, to your people. You migrated there. Because that's where the
Migrated
white,
back.
that's where the whites were going. Your type of white was pushed so far out of New York that you landed in Kansas. You could not. You were like, how far away from the Pride Parade do I have to be with a look like that? And you said, there's no way. And at least you said Kansas is all flat. I can see the gays coming. They can't.
There's no rainbow.
I
in
could see
Kansas.
gays and
Yeah.
minorities coming, so I'm in Kansas where I can just have to eat. I understand why you did that.
Holy shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro.
So how was Father's Day?
Dude, Father's Day was amazing. Father's Day, good time. I got 3 kids. My daughters made me pancakes.
In front of you, we'll kill it.
What did we do? And we did. We went up to
You're a
Chaz Mom
pussy.
and Carrie from Bronx Tale. Little guy. That's a guy.
That's a man.
Yeah,
That's a
We
man.
went up to
Kick him
Chaz's
right up from
house.
behind you.
You know, and it's nice to have to, you know, my daughters play
Laying
beautiful
together
home.
out of
Him
the
and
spawn.
his wife, Chaz's wife, amazing people. But it's nice to have to play, like, actually make believe I'm a guy when I'm
Yeah.
with Chaz.
Yeah.
Because he's all, you know, he doesn't know the real me. He
Yeah,
thinks
yeah,
I'm like a guy's guy. So I'm sitting there trying to smoke a cigar. I don't even know how to light it. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
choking,
yeah.
coughing,
Yeah.
blaming it on asthma.
Yeah,
You know, I not even
Right
that.
side.
I got my lung. You know, I sawed the house in half. So
By you,
I
North
got
Dad.
sawdust in my lungs. He's like, yeah, respect it. And, you know, have to kind of talk about
In
the
the
things that
window.
we got to
Oh,
talk
he's up
about.
top.
When really,
I
like,
got
I
him.
just want to talk about like history or like Christ and my feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
But with him, I got to be like, yeah, you know, it's my girl. Fucking give her a
Still
whack.
sniper down
you
on
know?
my right side.
Put some sauce on it.
Alright.
You know, but that's not really me. I'm gay. And, you know, and so, but it's fun to be with them, you know, eat
Where is he?
so much pasta and cake. Like, you just got to eat with him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
You
if
sit
don't-
like this in front of him?
No. You sit like this. Legs open, balls
Yeah,
out,
yeah, yeah.
like this,
Oh, I missed
talking
him.
about the neighborhood. You know,
Yeah.
eating
Oh
pasta.
my
If
God,
he
they're
puts out
behind,
pasta
too.
and food, you eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't eat it, it's like, well, he's like,
Offensive.
what are you, a fucking girl?
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta eat the food. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've had, you know, I'm like intermittent fasting. And he's like,
Listen,
nah.
how?
So you do that, so you play
They're all up
pretend,
in
and
the
it's
spawn.
great. And my daughters get to see me, at least like what they were hoping their father would be like. Because right now they see mom. Their mom is the one who builds everything. She's the hands-on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know how to do anything. Or she puts up sheetrock. She installs everything. I kind of just sit there and take care of the kids. I make lemonade.
Yeah.
And so at least one day a year when we go up to our good friend Chaz's house, they see dad be a guy.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, they want that.
It helps me.
Helps them, man. Yeah.
Yeah, my girl's been really into the DIY shit. So
Mhm.
she's actually, it was cool in the beginning because she'd make like cute shit for the house and
Yeah.
like set up the bathroom. Now she's like really learning how to use
Nice.
like electric power tools.
Whoa.
What's
So
the
I come
apple?
home already demasculated. I do a podcast. I'm bottom
Yeah.
of the barrel when it comes
Right.
to if war happens.
Yeah.
And then I walk in and my
Pussy.
girl's building shelves.
That's what, yeah.
She has a fucking pencil in her ear.
Right.
She has a protractor.
ass
I
well.
didn't know
Oh my
those
God.
still existed.
Yeah, dude, wait until you get, we start bringing that stuff into the bedroom. Just get a drill bit in your ass.
Listen, I'm team vibrator, so who knows what's next?
Seriously, dude, she's gonna start doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, man. We're a very emasculated generation.
Yeah.
Of men. But you're not like, you're a guy's guy. I feel like.
I would hope so.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
From a different.
No, I can tell. He'd be the best at, if we just put out tools, he'd be the best at using them.
Maul's interesting. He's from that era where he'll get his nails done and painted, but also knows how to operate weaponry with those.
Right.
Oh
painted
my
nails.
god.
So like,
You're a
you're
pussy.
on the feminine side of the last era.
Right.
You'd still murder somebody without.
Wow.
A little
Wow,
bit.
in my spawn.
A certain level of
Can't
guy
do anything.
to kind of fit in. Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting what's
both
happening.
sides of the
I
building
think like
dead.
nowadays, man, you know, you're finding guys just doing less and less around the house stuff, you know, and then it's like you start to question, because here's the truth. It's like, I don't know how to build anything, and that's okay to just be a guy who's gonna build anything. But then what happens is then your brain starts to get away from you, and then you start to be like, well, maybe I like cock. You know, maybe that's what it is.
It's usually the next turn.
Maybe I'm craving cock.
Yeah.
And you're probably not. I'm probably not. I'm most likely not. I'm just a straight guy that doesn't know how to build anything because his father was in jail when he should have been.
Yo, I shot him in his head,
But then
bro.
you know, with all this therapy,
God.
that's the thing now. To me, it's like too much of this. There's too much mental health. You're not all that mentally shut up.
Right.
You're not all mentally unwell. Some of you are.
Yeah.
But not all. You do. You know, you don't have to go to therapy every day. How many times are you going to talk about your problems?
Yeah.
You make them too real. It's like I got to go to a therapist and talk about how it emasculates me that I can't use a hammer and
On the
nails.
right
She's
side.
like,
Right side of
"Maybe
that
it's 'cause
tank."
you enjoy men." And I'm like, no, it's not. It might be that. It's not 100% not that. But I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
I actually never thought about it
I
as
haven't
that.
had that thought until now.
Yeah, until you told. Thanks, Dr.
I
Goldman.
don't know what it is,
Now,
bro.
you know what I mean? Now I'm on Grinder.
Yeah,
And
It's a
it's
goddamn
really literally.
shit.
You have to do the work.
Yeah.
It's not just about being in the therapy
Look at that.
session. You have to
Yeah.
go out and do the work. So you
Look at
have
that.
to see if you like dick.
Yeah, which I
That's
don't.
homework for
I don't.
therapists.
Ew. That's what happens every time someone puts their dick in balls. I go, ooh. Ew.
Are you
So
worried?
no, I'm not gay. I go, fine, I'll lick it. Ew.
Are you worried about that with your son? I know he's younger than your daughters, but having your son grow up and not
fucking
seeing you
shit.
be that model or whatever the case may be, like a repeated cycle with.
No, not
He's gonna be
really.
ass.
I think he's, you know, listen, dude, he's into video games, so I kind of think like, I mean, that kid can fly a plane. If literally, if we were on a JetBlue flight and the pilot died, my son could get in there and land the plane because he knows how to do it on video games.
Yeah.
So I don't think our youth needs they don't need to do this stuff. I know we say that they need to know how to do it. The bottom line is they don't need to know it. They don't even know. My son doesn't even have to learn anything. You just go on ChatGPT and it'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
I hear you, but also like, all right, I live in Jersey City, and they're
Gay.
yeah, super. I mean, it's
Indian.
trendy now. Big Indian community,
Big
actually.
Indian, dude.
And they're digging up all the pipes now because they're like 150 years old,
Mhm.
and they just ignored them, and a sinkhole happened, and they realized, oh fuck,
Yeah.
all these pipes are. The next generation, will they be able to fix the pipes?
Probably not, but AI robots will be able to. They'll be able to control the robots that do it.
All right.
And I hate it too, but my kind of thing is like, what am I going to do? This kid doesn't want to do anything. What am I going to do? Hit him?
Yeah.
My dad,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
well, he's lefty, so it's tough to fight a lefty. He's a southpaw. And so, but I'm like, I don't know, man. There's a part of me that's like, just rather like, you know, his mom gets mad. He's always
Guys ever
playing
sip on
video
a
games.
scissor?
I'm like, well, that's what these kids do now, though.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's just make him like something with technology and video games. He doesn't want to go outside. So there's nothing. My daughter, my 9-year-old, loves being out. She loves playing sports. So I'm like, that one wants to go outside. This one doesn't want to go outside. I mean, how much are we going to force this kid to do something he doesn't want to do?
But it's interesting with that because we had video games growing up, and obviously we love playing video games, but we also love being outside.
Right.
This generation, though, they just don't want to be outside. Like, I drove past a couple parks this weekend, and all of the basketball courts was empty, and I was like,
Yeah.
nice day out on the weekend,
Yeah.
springtime, all the courts are empty.
Well, because
Wow.
we had basic video games. They have like augmented reality games. So like
You're a
they
pussy,
can
bro.
they can kind of
I'm
create
gonna stay
a
camping in
better
corners this
existence
whole
for
game.
themselves what they think
It's gonna be great.
theoretically on the screen.
And
on
I
the
shot
ground.
you in your head.
What they can do, like, they cannot be a nerd or not be made
Yo.
fun of in this little area, so they just
Name
stay
of
in that
school on
area.
the left side of our fucking
They
screen.
don't get out of the company.
Video games there was a last level.
Yeah.
And they communicate like it's all.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
all.
I agree.
They're all
online.
sexting on there.
They can see each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing but racism and horny shit going on.
Oh my God, yeah, dude, it's wild shit.
What does your father think of your parenting techniques?
I don't know really. I feel like he's kind of well, he lives in Tampa now, so we don't see each other that much. But I think that
Wow.
his big
This
thing,
game is so
especially with
cheese.
my daughters, he wants them to know MMA. He's like, I just want the girls need to know how to defend themselves. The son, whatever. The girls are doing to defend themselves. So we got them in MMA, but she doesn't want to do. My 9-year-old doesn't want to do it. But I will say she's learning. She's learned like arm bars and stuff. And a week ago, her brother was just messing around with her. You know, just whatever, sibling stuff. And she fucking put him in an arm bar.
Nice.
And I was like,
nice.
I like
the
that.
video to dad.
I like that. Yeah. I was like, well, no, I wish I was filming it. But he's you know, his
damn
whole
it,
thing
dude.
is as long as they are not gambling. I'm like, well, they're 9 and 3. So they're not gambling.
Well, that's when it starts.
Yeah, he's like, as long as he was like, you just
Nice
keep
camping.
this DraftKings.
Yeah.
That's
You're a
slippery
fucking
slope.
pussy.
I'm like,
Get off
I
the
don't think
game.
she's on DraftKings. Like, I'll let my 9-year-old watch YouTube, and he's like, make sure there's no gambling on there. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's not.
WNBA now, people
They're
are betting.
Oh yeah, I know. The WNBA.
Clark?
Look at the bit. I know. We care about
Big
about
parlay.
women's sports.
I don't think we care. I think we just found something else to argue about. I don't think anyone's really
Bitch,
watching
suck
these
my dick.
games for the love of the sport.
Hell no.
It's just so we can disagree with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, I
Yell
kind
about
of feel like too, even, and this could just be me. Like my daughter's, like when she was playing for Iowa, like we were watching it, loving it. You know, Caitlin Clark, and my daughter loved it. You know, whatever, because of the hype of it all. But now she's like not watching the WNBA because she's not scoring 50 a game.
Yeah.
She's a very good player.
Yeah.
But she's not like, oh my, she's not like LeBron as a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that is transferring with Caitlin and Angel Reese and this new generation of women's players. I think it's transferring a bit, but I just think that the fact that it's the WNBA and then the NBA is such a gap between the two leagues that people are not. You know, they
You're a
expect
pussy,
the WNBA
bro.
to
Play the
just
game.
All of a
Stop
sudden, make it
hiding.
smart and it's on the level of the NBA. And that's not going to happen.
No, the NBA didn't get most professional sports leagues didn't get like that. Like, you know, all these leagues. I mean, the ABA almost beat out the NBA. Nobody cared about the NFL until it, you know, merged. So it's like you're right. It takes time. The problem is though, I think with the WNBA is now, you know, now it's different. But back in the day, it wasn't men that weren't watching; it was women that weren't watching. The women were not watching. The women were preferring the NBA. So it's like, what do you? You can't make someone just want to watch something if it's not entertaining to them. This is entertaining to people now, and I think a lot of the drama is good for the game. And I kind of personally think the WNBA themselves are fueling the drama themselves. It's like what SNL does. They'll make like some, you know, controversial writer or thing, and it's like it's all in-house shit. So you watch the show. It's all like we're all pawns. You know, so it's like I don't even know. I would not even be surprised if they have, you know, kind of said for Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark to create this beef or hype it up a little bit, or you know. Yeah, I bet you there's like a ghost writer on the WNBA, you know, Twitter feed, you know, just tweeting at these people, making them mad, and then making the rivalry more real. I would not be surprised. It's showmanship.
Yeah, it's entertainment, it's money.
Yeah.
I just think that it's you know it's good to see players like Caitlin and Angel, Asia Wilson, who's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Those type of players, I think they are doing their part, but I do think the fans need to do more.
Yeah.
People talk about the WNBA level, and I ask people how many WNBA games have you been to?
Right.
Most people have never been to a WNBA game.
Yeah. I went to
Nice.
one. I didn't even know the
Coming
Liberty
from
was
behind
playing at
me.
Barclays Center. I thought they were still
You're
playing
so
at the
good at the
Garden.
game.
I had no idea.
Exactly.
What the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Remember when they played at Radio City?
I did know that. Yeah.
For a whole year, or just a game?
I think it was a game.
I mean, maybe it was just a game.
How did
I
I miss
wasn't
that?
paying attention.
They've listen. They've done things around the WNBA to try to give it that allure. It just hasn't transferred. But what Caitlin is doing, obviously, on a media level, there's more coverage now. Obviously,
How?
They just had
Bro.
to switch one of the games to a big arena 2 weeks
Good.
ago.
Yeah.
Sold out. It was like
Shot you in your
20,000
bitch
tickets.
ass face, bro,
So
and
obviously,
nothing.
you know, players like that are doing their part. But I just think that they just have so much farther to go. They have to pay the women more too.
Right.
Well, there's
When is
more
the
money.
first trans woman coming to play? Trans swimmer? When is the first trans woman
That's gonna
coming?
change the game.
It better be next year's draft.
Bitch,
If
you
wanna
suck
get
dick.
the WNBA
That's
to
why
the
you got
next
fucking
level,
slept.
You need to get
Slap. I'm
a
killing them
trans
all.
woman like
Slap.
Leah Thomas on the swim team. You need to get her out there against Caitlin Clark, and then I think they'll start to make all.
Ah!
Too much there.
But she was born a woman.
She was born. I'm talking about. I want to
This is
see.
the only place I'd want the
Should've been a
transgender
collab.
shit to happen with sports.
Get 'em in there.
WNBA, she gets ass.
Somebody gets dunked on hard.
So like nuts in their face.
Post-op nuts on your head.
Yeah.
Your post-op. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine that, getting a post-op fucking teabag.
With the rules, they can still have the equipment there.
No. I want somebody with a post-op pussy coming in there. But diesel.
Yeah.
Like you got testosterone through your veins, buddy. But you have full post op and you are putting it on people. I want one of your stitches to break open in these girls' eyes. That's what I want. And then we'll start watching for real. Obviously, you know, I'm kidding, but it's also like, oh, you're going to watch.
It's like Iguana Man.
You're a pussy.
Yeah. If Leah Thomas, the Penn swimmer, you know, male,
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time. If that was swimming, we don't care about as even when Michael Phelps is doing it, you care about it for a hot second. Swimming's not that big of a sport yet. But if that was the WNBA, it would be nuts.
Yeah.
Imagine you had somebody like Dame Lillard levels talent.
Yeah.
Just coming out like, imagine Dame Lillard was like, I'm trans. And then immediately in the WNBA, what would you do?
I think the
Buy a
closest,
ticket.
Seriously, I'd be in there front row, hard.
the closest we had, but the times weren't right, was Dwight Howard. If Dwight got drafted as a rookie right now, I think we may have some
Is he trans?
He's gay.
Oh, Dwight Howard's gay.
But I think if he was in a more open environment, he would explore that. He was hiding being gay for like 20 years.
Make no mistake, there's somebody right now alive that's going to happen in the next 5 years that is transitioning. That is a unbelievable basketball player that will be worthy of the WNBA. That will happen. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. It's statistically impossible.
You mean
it
they'll
won't
get
happen.
to the
He's
WNBA
right, they asked.
without people actually knowing that they're trans?
He's asked.
No, I mean they're going to be open trans.
You
They're
can be
going to
open.
play on a women's basketball team, like Leah Thomas was on a women's swim team,
Yeah.
and they are going to be drafted into the WNBA. That's what will happen. Because you can't, because the rules have changed. You can't, if Leah Thomas did it in Penn,
Yeah.
University of Pennsylvania, you can play on the women's basketball team, of course.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Controversial. It's just the world we live in.
Well, it's funny you say that because you kind of can't avoid it because there are always such touch point moments on like a
Yeah, I'm
high
gonna stop
school
charging
collision
them on
level.
my computer.
Like I saw this video of this transgender woman running an open 400.
The red one
smoked
has
all the other
been
girls,
charging, but not
but the
that
time
long.
would have been dead last in the men's heat, but she ended up winning by like a landslide.
Won
in
it.
the
Of course.
open four. And you can see in the faces of the other women competing like this is fucking nonsense. Like jacked and like 3 times their size.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
But it's like in sports that kind of like to your point fringe on popularity. As soon as this shit happens in like basketball, it's over.
Oh yeah.
That's when the real war.
As soon as people start liking it,
Yeah.
it'll definitely switch over. Because I think that person will ball out and get more ratings than Caitlin Clark ever got.
Of course,
Yeah.
they'll break every record Caitlin Clark ever had.
Yeah. So it'll happen. Did you guys see the WNBA Nike commercial that came out, I think last night or 2 nights ago, of the janitor
Buongiorno.
having to clean up the arenas now?
What? Because everyone's
Just 'cause
tampons are falling out.
They cycle together. They're teammates.
There'll
It's
be
a
more
janitor
next week.
now that has to
There'll be
do
more
his
next
job
week.
and how upset he is because
Garbage.
people are going to WNBA games now.
What are we gonna do about the garbage?
Mr. Earl.
Mr. Earl's a funny name.
That's a janitor.
There always is more.
No, but not like that.
Sabrina.
I'm never having garbage sit outside my house.
You know they focus group Mr. Earl too.
Oh yeah.
10 white people decided his name for sure.
Yeah.
You regular
That's-
garbage pickup?
Sure.
Is that what you're talking about?
I love
Yeah,
how
I'm saying when are we gonna go to the dump?
Yeah. She keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
So what's this? He's saying women are messy?
No, he's saying that he never had to clean the arena before
Now
because
it's
no
more
one went to
popular.
games.
Yeah.
He's right there, Sparky. Get his ass!
Mr. Earl. Oh, I love when a group full of white execs get together in a conference room, put together a commercial.
I kind of like it. I like that commercial.
Like Mr. Earl.
You think he'll get a spinoff? Like this will be a series?
Hey, that'd be dope.
Mr. Earl's gonna get his own shoe for sure.
Oh yeah.
His
Well,
own
Sabrina
janitor
Ionescu has her own shoe, right? That are kind of
Yeah.
dope,
Yeah.
right? That's gonna start happening now. Guys are gonna start rocking like like a WNBA women's.
I had
sneaker.
I had the Cheryl suits.
and you like them, Nick?
I was asking
They
if
were
shoes are
Team
shoes.
Jordans,
Like,
I had the
Yeah.
Cheryl suits for sure.
What'd you match him with?
I mean,
You
they
put together
it
with
was
the
team,
suits.
it was Team Jordan, so
Oh,
it was a
Oh, I thought you shot me.
gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. I'm interested. I mean, the Angel. You hear a lot of. I see a lot of people comment.
Oh, behind,
I
behind!
don't even know Angel Reese is. It wasn't
In the middle.
Caitlin Clark. And maybe that's true, but it's also like everybody, like Caitlin Clark exists, but then the nemesis exists
Yeah,
too, right? Like, and or you know,
both.
you need it all.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like we're all pieces of the pie here.
Mhm.
So I do think though that the media, for whatever reason, has hyped up Caitlin. She is amazing, but it's like, did she
Behind me.
break? Like
All of
how?
them spawn behind me.
much
I
did
didn't
she
get any
break these
tags.
records? Like, was she the best women's college basketball player by a landslide? Like, no one's been close to her stats?
I don't know if it was a landslide, but definitely in the last decade, by far the best.
She's the best one,
yes.
right? Yeah. Yeah, because it is a thing
Get
too.
those
Where it's
tags.
like,
Good
you know,
shit,
you
guys.
saw this.
Oh,
With,
behind still.
like,
They keep
you know,
spawning in the same
like
spot.
the media they can choose
That
to
left
make a
back
story
corner.
big, and then we all just follow. But it may not be that big of a deal when you break it down. But I didn't know like what her actual stats were.
I don't put. See, this goes back to, and it's just me. I don't just because you hold all of these stats.
Good shit, Blend.
You're obviously a great player, but when you say the greatest women's college player, I don't know if just because she holds all of these stats that automatically makes her that. Maybe she played more years.
Behind me again.
You know,
You're a
played more
puss.
games.
There's a million factors.
The offense was built differently. Like
yeah.
it's she's still a great player. Like
Right.
Caitlin Clark is a great player. But
How do you like
I'm
it?
ready to say she's a greater college player than Cheryl Miller.
Oh my
Did
goodness.
she score like 100 in a game?
I can't say that. Like I can't put her above like somebody like Cheryl Miller.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, that's not very. College is weirder that like Kevin Durant played 1 year. He probably would have went on to be the greatest college player.
Kyrie played
stayed there.
5 games.
Yeah. So
Did he only play
I think
5
it's unfair
games?
It
to
was
do
like
that
5,
college.
6 games at Duke.
At
Then
Duke?
I was
If
like
that.
12.
What, 'cause he got hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt.
He
He
immediately.
came back in the tournament.
All right.
Yeah.
He played like 6 full games, if that.
Yeah.
He played. I think he played like 11 or 12. And he was. I know he do. He was the first player that Coach K gave a scholarship
Yep.
to. That
Getting
knew
those
he was
tags.
gonna
Grab
win
'em.
the year.
Right.
Coach K doesn't give
Yeah.
scholarships. to
11
guys that-
total games.
11
Amazing.
Yeah. So,
Average 17 and a half, 3.5 boards.
and Coach
4
K
and a
knew
half
he was only playing 1 year.
1 year,
Still gave him
that's
a college. Still gave him a scholarship. He was just that good.
Got you, Sparky.
With a toe injury.
I think
You can get
what
my
the
tag,
winnings
Spark.
that I enjoy is there's no rush for them to
Get
go
my
to the WNBA.
tags!
So the story, like what we saw it with Caitlin
Got 'em.
since her sophomore year, they can build the narrative,
Yeah.
follow the story, follow the progress over 4 years in college. I think that's kind of what ruined for me at least the collegiate basketball on the men's side because it's just I can't invest in this team if all the stars are gone after their freshman year.
Once they rearranged the Big East, I was out with college basketball. Once, like, I was like, what? Who's the Big East now?
It's like Oregon, like how?
No, shut up.
It's
I was like, I'm done with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm done. You know, I don't mind the college kids making money.
Get his
I
ass,
don't- I
Snoopy.
don't-
Yeah, another one next to him, Snoopy.
Plus,
Fuck him up.
especially with what we're talking about with kids being online video games, they
Fuck him up, Snoop.
could be an influencer for the rest of his life and get paid
Sure.
for college basketball. The NBA is not a priority for every single kid.
No.
So, yeah, they're gonna stay for 4 years when you get paid. Plus, you can make money on your Instagram, fucking stream, anything you want to do.
And I
I'm not going straight to the league. I'll actually
Yeah.
develop my game for 4 years and still get
Get
paid.
him, Sparky. Get the other one,
Incentivizes
too.
Education more to me. It's like you're gonna stay for
Oh,
4
got
years,
him.
I mean,
make the money, and then you get at least you get a degree. You stay in school a little bit.
We know athletes go to class all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's a higher chance if you're there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mind it at all. My dad would like argue with me tooth and nail. I was like, it's a disgrace. I'm like, you're like an old guy.
Yeah.
You played college ball. How much do you think
Division III,
your
it's
net
like-
worth would be if you could get paid?
I was Division III college
Tell me your net
basketball
worth.
player.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I really
Could have got a
think.
meal plan company.
Yeah. I honestly think being Division III, I think I would get $1,000 a month. That's what I think I could make, a G a month.
That's confidence.
Yeah.
I think you're overselling yourself.
You think, dude? Division III. We played this
The
school
local
web,
pizzeria maybe would sponsor.
Dude, we played Webb Institute one year. They had a girl on the other team that I had to guard, and so
Thomas.
dude,
Oh,
division.
Sparky
But this
scared the
was
shit
like
out of
in
me.
2003 when it was like it was an actual, just like a regular biological woman.
Yeah.
That was just on the team because they didn't have enough bodies. And so like I cannot. I would think, yeah, you're right, dude. Maybe $100 a month.
But it has to. But it's the thing.
Before taxes.
Yeah.
If you go to a big school, D1 like a Duke,
Yeah.
and you walk into a game
How,
with
bro? Oh, because I had your butt buddy on my
the
dick.
entire student body has on your jersey.
Yes.
And you know they pay for that at the student store, and you don't get nothing from that. That's crazy to think that player is going to be out on that court and be like,
Yeah.
my mom is struggling back home working.
Getting a college education.
I agree. Also, like, how many of these kids, they have a great freshman, sophomore, even junior years, they get hurt, they don't get drafted,
Yeah.
or they fall off because the freshman, comes in and takes their position, and it's just the luck of the draw. Getting drafted in
Get
the
their
it's
ass.
casting. It's
Fuck
not
'em
even
up.
Like the best. It's
Good
not even like
shit.
the 25 or 30 best players get drafted. It's a casting call. It's like I don't know, man. Like you may make it, you may not. So there's nothing to count. So my thing is like you said, it's like these kids are busting their ass if they, especially if they come from a family where like they don't have much money. Pay these guys while they're making money for the school now.
Fuck 'em up bad.
Just in case. And I respect it. I mean, people that don't understand it, I'm like, what don't you understand? How can you pay a coach $10 million a year and the kids get nothing?
Right.
That's impossible.
That
Then the
doesn't
coach
make
shouldn't make anything either.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, give him a college education.
Yeah, that's
He can get a
just-
degree in coaching.
Just nothing.
Are you into streaming yet? Did you start streaming?
No, I know I should, but I'm just got to that age where I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wish I was a few months if I was a few months younger, I would have gotten into it, but it's one of those things where I've kind of now reached that age where I like what I like. I want to do it the way I want to do it, even if I'm going to lose money. I don't have the energy to come in here and learn anything new. I don't want to do that at all. You know, which sucks because I probably could be way ahead in my career, but I just don't want to do it at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't even type.
Yeah.
I just write everything down. I have a pen and paper.
I just don't like a friend of mine had called me, and he's a little older than us, and he was like, "Yo, did you watch the Kai Cenat Kevin Hart stream?" I was like, first of all, you asking me that is just crazy because why are you watching it? And he was like, "Yo, it's like 9 hours long. Like every day I'm just taking an hour and watching." He was like, "You gotta watch it. It's the funniest shit." And I'm like, "Really?"
No thanks.
I just don't have that much free time.
But he's watching it like it's an episodic type of like he's doing an hour a day type of thing.
I don't want to have a live look into this guy's bedroom. Like I'm not, you know
That's
what I mean?
the thing I don't understand. It's like what are y'all looking at? Like, okay, he's in his basement, he's having some celebrity friends over, and they're cracking jokes and they're pranking each other and things like for 9 hours.
Yeah. And I get it. I totally get it's the way of the future. I get that's where the money is. I respectfully don't care. I respectfully don't. It's not something I'll ever care about, ever. I'm never going to watch you stream. And again, I know that's where, that's where it's lit. Whatever. Great.
Yeah.
Good for you. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done. You should have caught me a year ago.
Yeah.
Should have caught me a year ago. I would have been in. I would have been influenced.
Yeah.
Now I'm setting my. Something's happened. I put my feet down. Like the cement has dried.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, this is how. I'll never change my way of thinking. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You could show me evidence that how I was thinking was radically wrong. I'm like, you know what, man? Maybe if I'll get reincarnated, maybe I'll change. It takes too much work at this point to just change.
You're
I'm
officially a white father.
setting my ways, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
Never gonna change
I'm a Latino father.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am raising Latino children. Yes.
What's the struggle of raising the Latino children?
Latino. I mean, everybody's speaking a different language.
Do you finally see the world through minority eyes?
Oh,
Now that you're
fuck.
trying to raise-
You have to.
100%.
You know what the struggle is like now.
Yes. This is my Latino.
Blew his ass
my
up.
Latino
Are you
children.
scared for your safety every day?
Every single
Not your
day,
ass. You're
I'm
not
scared
fast
for
enough.
my safety on Staten Island.
Yo, y'all
Well,
suck
if any
beaners.
Latino had to be scared in New York City, it would be in Staten
Staten
Island.
Island, 100%.
Yeah.
What you just said reminded me of a quote from Keanu Reeves where he was like,
Weird to stand up.
fucking ad blockers in the way, but he said something along the lines of, I'm at the stage of my life where I stay out of discussions, even if you say 1 + 1 is 5,
What?
you're right, have fun.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. I couldn't care less, which I know is
How's my
crazy
mic still on?
because I have a podcast and I'm a comedian. I'm supposed
There
to
we
have
go.
opinions.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. Like,
They got
you
someone
know,
AFK
tell
on
me
their
anything,
team.
and I'm
Reap
just
the
like,
benefits.
Dude, I don't fucking
Oh,
care.
fuck.
I'm in my intermittent.
They're coming that
fasting.
way.
I can eat in a few
Obi-Wan.
hours. I'm thinking about food. I just want to make sure. I want to push my kids in the swing.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. You have a lot of time on your
Nice
hands.
shit.
Yeah, I get.
Good shit.
Yes, Justin. Yes, absolutely.
That messed
I mean,
up.
it's fucking welcome to being a human being.
Yeah.
We all got
I
shit.
gotta kill that
It
guy.
just gets exhausting when you're met with some issue that you have no idea about. You have the history of it, no clue, and now you're forced to
Could
have
you
an opinion
imagine
or
me-
look at it and tell the world how you feel.
Could you
I don't
imagine
fucking
me?
know. It's
could you imagine
exhausting.
Me, I'm a white. I grew up in fucking Queens, Brooklyn. Could you imagine me having any opinion on Palestine or Israel at all?
Queens,
do you
Brooklyn.
Do you even
Suck.
think I know where it is?
Wake up.
Good for you. And you want me to comment publicly on my Instagram? Guy, I have no fucking idea what you're talking
You went to
about.
many bat mitzvahs, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. You grow
Nice.
up.
Bloody
I
barrel.
was Catholic, right?
Mm.
I grew up in New York City. I think the most amount of Jewish people outside of Israel in New York City. I did not meet or befriend my first Jewish friend
Oh!
until I was 23 years
They're
old.
coming.
in
They're coming that way,
graduate
Obi-Wan.
school.
They're
Because
coming.
You're isolated.
Oh,
even though
shit,
you're
there they
a
are.
Catholic you get isolated within. Like nobody was Jewish on my block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I knew Puerto Ricans. I knew.
They're on the
Polish
left,
kids,
Obi-Wan.
there
Get
was
it.
one or
Get the
two black
masses.
families, and
Get the masses,
Chinese.
Obi.
That was my block. No Jewish.
Yeah.
So I knew all the other stuff.
You guys
Oh.
know about.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe they were.
You're a
I know
pussy.
my block was full German. And and so Heide Schweineheimer. And so
The history of Ridgewood, if we want to get into
it
it.
actually is. It actually is a fucking.
No, I know.
Bro, you actually want to know something wild? So it was an old school German neighborhood, right? My mother is German. So old school German
Wow! Shot you in your head.
Across the street, old guy, across the street, and my grandfather fought in World War II. And he was always talking. Always, right? They were buddies.
I blew
And then he
myself
died,
up.
you
Nice
know, like
suey
when I was a little
bomb.
kid. And then I remember I was a few years after, I was maybe a teenager, and I mentioned him to like my mom, and she was like, yeah, she was like, I was like, you know, and that was like Gramps' best friend. She's like, well, I wouldn't say best friend. They later on in life became friends. And I was like, well, they would
Kill
talk
his
all the
bitch
time about
ass!
war stories. She goes,
Thank you.
Yeah, war stories. I was like, yeah, war stories. Were they in the war together? She was like, they were at the war in the war at the same time, and I'm like, were they in like the same battalion? She was like, he was a Nazi. And I was like, wait a minute. That guy that my grandpa would have coffee and bagel with every day was a Nazi?
No locks.
She goes, yes, he fought with the Nazis and he lived across the street from us. And I was like, oh, I never knew that. And then, because she was saying though, she explained, she was like, but he was one of the, like, it was like known. Because a big thing with the Nazis was he.
Oh my God, you're gonna stay camping, huh?
He was gun to his head. He had
Yeah,
to.
it was
The German army, what they took over.
You're gonna beat me
Canada,
every
you
time,
put
buddy!
your family now, you put on the uniform.
Sure.
So he wasn't like a fucking
Sure or no?
Holocaust
You want to wait?
SS.
I'll be done
He was
this
like,
way.
I don't want to do this. at
German
all.
army was called Nazi at one point. He was just
That's
in
it.
German
There was he was just a German citizen that had no either kill or I have to do this.
Right.
So that's why I guess my grandfather was friendly with them. But
That's
it was
more common than people think. There's a documentary, I forgot the name of it, but about this nice old gentleman that was in the community for years, and then the CIA like raided his house when he was like 80
something
years
with
old.
the devil, right?
Yes.
The devil something.
And
yeah.
he was like one of the main.
The devil next door.
Yes, one of the main Nazis throughout the entire thing. Holocaust, like Hitler's right-hand man.
Yep.
And was just chilling in the community for like 40 years, just like the nice old guy that you know.
Right.
CIA, Homeland
Yeah.
Security, raids the house, and he goes
Yeah.
on trial for like the most heinous war crimes you've ever heard.
Oh yeah.
And it was just your man's next door. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, if you were in the SS, like the Nazi, then you were a bad dude. Then you were like Hitler's like people, like the guards in the Holocaust.
yeah, you ended
But
up
if
in
you were,
Argentina.
These people are
exactly.
so
But if you were just like a guy in the
bitches.
German army, maybe you had those feelings, of course. But there could have been a possibility where you were like, hey man, I don't want to do this either. They just were like, we will kill you, or you put the uniform on. The draft came back.
Down by,
I saw
up
that.
by 3. Oh no, we're down by 4.
Fact check it, 'cause
Good.
I saw it
Yeah, this week
on a
Nice.
blog.
the House of
But
Representatives.
it's not really the draft, though.
The House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday.
Dude, you're a
automatically
pussy,
registering men
bro.
Age 18 to 26 for selective service.
I mean, this
See,
is,
that's where Peaches comes in.
yeah, this could
Peaches
solve our
has
Get
got
the
a
ass,
fucking
Lamisa.
frontline head. You literally, you are front of the line, coming out. Could you imagine him? Like,
Oh
in
my
with an
God,
axe?
this game is such a
Like a
joke.
Viking, like just an axe. I'd be like, yeah, dude.
Getting
take my
blown up
life
by
and
fucking-
shoot on my chest.
He's a sniper's
You're a
dream.
pussy, bro. Stop
That's
camping.
the only issue.
You can hit
I'ma
that
fuck him up.
200 miles away. You know who Pete reminds me of? Remember the guy?
Get his ass,
who wore the
Lamisa.
jacket that was crazy?
Yes,
That's Pete.
that's him.
That's Pete.
That's it. Yeah, that's a good. What did they called him? Pile, right? Wasn't he Pile? He kept calling him Pile.
I forgot what his name was. But
Was
that's
it Gomer
definitely
Pile?
Too old, I guess.
That do you believe you look like him?
You're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch.
He wants to go back to Kansas.
He
but this
lays
draft could solve
down
our
like a
problem.
fucking
Some of us weak men
bitch.
of this generation.
Well, I think
Let's
what
force
is
them
it?
to go to war.
Well, it would target Gen Z. So
Oh, yeah,
we get
we're
pretty
fucked. Our
probably
generation's
cool
fucked.
footage from the battlefield. in terms
Yeah,
of
exactly.
TikToks.
The edits would be nuts.
Get ready with me to get my head blown off.
Yeah.
Get ready with me.
It's hilarious. But now here's the thing: is it just males?
unbox
Is it just
It's
men?
only men, which there you go.
Interesting.
Huh.
It's
not very inclusive.
Not
U.S.
inclusive.
citizens and male immigrants.
And male immigrants.
That's where it gets interesting with this whole
Oh, right.
borders. Let the immigrants in.
Interesting. 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 Well, but you know, if you look like history, like.
Oh wow! Look at this. Hold
What do
on.
we got?
Sorry, this caveat: transgender people who were assigned male at birth are eligible.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah,
So if you went
can't
through the full
transgender-
surgery,
Can't transgender your way out of this law.
interesting. So if you're a male at birth,
Yes.
you're in.
Regardless.
Interesting.
So Mrs. Rosewood at the box in London, if he was 18 to 25, he would have.
Yeah. Thankfully, he's 70 and shoving shit in his ass. Her ass.
Yeah, he just missed
I
it.
feel like those are the type of people you might need in war.
Right.
Foxhole?
That's
She'd
like
come through.
Shane's bit about the dog general. Just
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I want that guy.
Yeah, be
Guys
terrified.
suck, dude.
Deleting villages.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. It kind of feels like though, if they're coming back with this draft, they know it's about to pop off.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Like
think so.
they're really, maybe they don't know, because sometimes I think we give the government too much credit, where it's like it is just a group of people. They definitely know a lot more than we, 100%.
Yeah.
But like this whole conspiracy of we never landed on the moon, it's like you're giving human beings way too much credit here. It's like you can't. But when the draft thing, they might be like, hey, we are very, very close to like the brink of this, so we got to be prepared. Which is crazy though. It's like, why do you need manpower in today's wars? Like,
Yeah,
all you need is
just
bombs.
hit the button.
That's it, bro. Because I think if we got rid of all the nukes, then you would go back to like a land. Like then it's like the army's back. I think the nukes protect us a lot more than we think.
Yeah.
You guys are so good at
We
this
should
game.
just go back to the gentleman's game. Stand in the line, fire, reload, fire. Who's ever
A
left
duel.
standing? Yeah,
Have a
that's
duel.
it.
I like
Get
that.
some drums, a flute.
Yeah,
Good to go.
that's it.
It's man's war.
Yeah,
Man's war.
old school gun.
You want a musket?
Yeah, dude.
Yo,
Doing that
you,
with
can't,
AR-15
you play like
player.
such a
Wild.
That'd
fucking
be the best
loser.
Squid Game ever.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna
Let's do
jump,
Civil War style.
jumping while
but
shooting.
with AR-15.
Oh my god.
Who can reload faster? This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. This year has gone so quickly.
Left
we're
side,
already
tunnel,
at the
tunnel.
halfway point, so
Tunnel.
I think it is important to sit down and reflect on all your accomplishments over the last 6 months. That way you can make some adjustments for the rest of the year. Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. Just recently, my therapist encouraged me to take myself out on a date and celebrate myself, which was so fulfilling, and it really helped me reflect on what I needed to do for the rest of the year. So celebrate yourself, especially at the halfway point. It's extremely important. But if you're starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designated to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Take a moment, visit betterhelp.com/rollingwall today to get 10% off your first month.
Huh?
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rollingwall. And let's also celebrate Men's Mental Health Month with BetterHelp and get back to the show.
5 and 14. You're literally more than negative.
Julian, do we have a
Yep,
voice
keep
note?
jumping.
I have a couple fun ones here for you guys, so let's just
Keep jumping, buddy.
You're
Yeah, I
like
feel like
all
these could go for a
oxen
while,
free
so let's
on the
start
right.
Dude, he was mad. He was like, "You're all fucking dog shit."
Yeah, but like your shit, like I don't think like the way your name reads. Like I know how you say it, but that's not. If I was in a battle or whatever, I would not be like pleb as hell.
What would you say?
Like
Plebiscite?
Michelle.
Plebishell?
I'm
Plebishell
saying
isn't
you shouldn't just call out people's names. You don't know if you're saying them right.
Who cares? Make fun of them. They suck dick.
If you're telling them
They
like,
suck
oh,
dick, ass, and butt.
If you're telling them like, oh, on the right, that's someone that is your team member, isn't it?
When I'm calling out, I'm saying because there's an enemy coming. But I say my teammate's name, but it doesn't matter because they'll know that someone's talking to them because they know that it's a version of their name.
The one you said was a pretty sketchy name.
Juan? That was his name.
Juan?
His name was Juan.
I know, but it was like Mubasa or some shit.
Lubasa?
It was like started with an M. I don't know. I was just like, how does he know that's how you say it?
I just want to punch my TV.
He gave you an
Definitely
answer.
should not play Call of Duty.
I'm not.
I'm deleting this off the computer.
Sorry guys, my mom doesn't want me to play anymore.
Ew. Your mom said you did.
Wait, what?
Like, what the fuck?
What did you just say? What's wrong with you?
Don't call me your mom.
Yeah, he said we're supposed to be brothers. You said you love me and shit.
She doesn't want to be mommy, guys. She doesn't want to be my big tit
He's
mom.
not telling us the full story. How does
sorry,
a
guys.
friend go from to stay here
It's okay though.
and then once you
You
stay
could
in and
tell
say,
me.
nah,
I was like
he's
walking
doing
along your
something. Yeah, he's doing something.
He did something
When?
disgusting.
Fucking up. Yeah, he's always bucking up the apartment.
Yeah. Because
Not
you wouldn't
naked.
just cut your boy off. His actual brother is his boy.
I think it's
Maybe you'll get me more. Maybe you'll get me money.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean,
I just want money.
He definitely got caught beating off.
I just want money, and I want
And
the
then why
fucking
did he
glory that
just
comes with the money.
Bitch.
Why isn't Drewski coming here with Kevin Hart, and we could give them weed and not feed them food?
thing. He was like, okay, I'll go here for like a month or two until I'm allowed to be back in this spot.
yeah, bro. My advice is stop doing whatever it is.
Show them
you're
what a
telling
shitty
us to
stream
do.
looked like.
Whatever that
bed
thing that
bugs?
you're
Why do I have both
leaving out a
vapes?
key piece of information, so you know what that is. And if you just stop doing that, I mean, bro, how do you get turned away from 2 places?
Well, anyone that tells a 15-second story in a minute 30 is full of shit.
My butthole
He could've
hurts.
told that from gate A.
I'm getting
"Oh, my
fucked.
ass, my friend won't let
in
me
Call
stay,"
of
he said
Duty.
on the thing.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did something. He did something to.
Yeah, you keep saying this, that, and the
Going back
third.
to Grand
We need
Chase,
know what
guys.
the third is. What's the third? Because that's
What?
the reason. That's the reason why you're not getting
The day's been
the
started.
apartment, buddy.
And
Figure
I'm
out
ready
what
to
the
kill.
third is.
Here you go.
Yeah, and then come up with your third of the rent.
Yeah, seriously. Exactly.
Got a blizzy.
Come up with your third. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he not paying that
Ew.
rent.
Yes.
Do the gritty.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Or maybe he's
Oh,
nasty.
yeah.
I don't know what he could be
Hot dog
doing.
starfish?
But I mean, I've seen shit hoarders. You can't hate.
Some good old American cuisine is what that is.
At least they're paying their bill.
I love me.
Oh, is that some egg salad?
I love me a good documentary.
The landlord doesn't give a
What?
fuck about
I
paying
love
rent.
me a good documentary. You know,
Chris, I've
where's
heard
really
stories.
You can't even
like
spell
that,
documentary.
Comics moving into like a 1-bedroom and trying to make it a 3-bedroom. When you did you ever have to do that? I know you're
Whoa!
but did that ever happen?
No, see, that's
I
the
will.
blessing.
Chris is a nepo comedian.
Yeah, bro.
Born into money.
Always had a roof.
Well,
With
born
my
into
other
New
phone.
York. I would say like that's the first break I ever got in this business. I was born in New York. I didn't have to like.
It's all for jokes, guys. I don't sell sex.
My hometown. I took a train.
Unless you're offering. Wait, no, no.
And if it didn't work, I
No.
back home to my
But you can
mom's
send me money
With
at.
his food and everything.
house. Bro, it's like I did not take a big risk at all. You just trying this career. Yeah, I was like, I don't give a shit. Then it
I was
doesn't
at
work.
1515 Broadway. For
Yeah,
the
dude,
day.
I'll just go home.
Once I make $1 million, I'll be spreading my anus wide on kick.
Do that, but going into some.
Thank you for the $1 million.
comedians' apartments that went on to do like good things now. I mean, dude, disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting, bro. One I forgot what this comic's name was. But a bunch of those guys were living together, and he was living his spot. He was paying like $150 a month. He was living in the bathtub. So he would put down like you know, the padding, and he just slept in the bathtub.
They are
And then when he
literally
went to get
covered
up
in
for work,
sweat out there.
He had to wake up.
he had to wake up and then take a shower and then
Like,
dry it
just
off, and then he'd go
bring
back in the
garbage.
bathtub and sleep or get up for the day. Like I was like, dude, just quit comedy.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you living like this?
Yeah.
But I've seen that, but I thankfully never had to do it. But comics at large are truly disgusting.
I know Soder had
No!
insane.
Some fucking kid is bringing them in
He's
here.
like running a hostel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't ate a Welch's yet. I want some of them. They got the inside.
It got pretty
Yeah, they are.
wild.
When you bought them, that's
You know, listen, dude, when you open my comic,
Those
and
look
do
like
anything
normal.
to make it, I get it.
Yes.
But yeah, 5
Which I
guys
saw the
in
kids
one
digging
day.
through last night.
Did it take one big check to get out of your mom's house?
Fucking kids! Wait,
Finally got me.
No Drake.
Girlfriend.
no Diddy.
I got a girlfriend, and she was like, you know, like
You can't fuck me here.
she was like, yeah,
We have
it's
to
weird.
Pause.
You're 28 years old. and,
Fuck
like,
these
you know, you
kids.
still, not only do you still live with your mom, you still are in the same bedroom you grew up in with what looks like the same sheets.
Yeah.
The same, you know, I had borders like Yankees, like borders all over my room. So she was like, I can't like kind of do this. I
From like
can't.
the '99 World Series.
Yeah, she was like, I'm done like you trying to quietly have sex
Hey,
with me on the floor
Hey,
so your
baby.
mom doesn't hear. You're like, I don't
Hey,
want
baby.
that, so we got a place. We got a place, and then we broke up like 3 months later. but at least I got out of the house, and then yeah, I got
Get high.
Got the lease.
Huh?
Who got the lease?
Cheap. Girls get it. It doesn't matter.
So then you ended up in a
Smoke
bathtub.
Yes, that's what
someday.
I did. No, I actually wound up back at my mother's house, and then I moved. Then I did move in with comics. Annie Letterman and Nick Turner. We lived together for a while, and then I finally got on Guy Code,
She rum
MTV, and I started
she
to
got
make
the
some money.
body of a big bike.
Worst purchase?
Worst purchase?
With a Geico check.
Well, the Guy Code was real fucking money. It's like, you know, like that was like nothing. The worst purchase I ever did. So the stupidest thing I ever did is I got into like a big fight with like my, you know, current lady. You know, we have family together, whatever. Got into a humongous fight, moved out, right? Like this was like a fight that would like, you know, like I was being dramatic and she was being dramatic, but I like literally like moved out. I was like living with my family in this apartment we were renting, moved out and rented another apartment, and then the fight was over like a week later. So then I was stuck with a 12-month lease that I could not get out of. So I had 2 apartments, but I was like in a happy, loving relationship. But then I had this other apartment. So I found a comic to sublet it illegally for like 3 months, but then he moved to LA, so I had to pay 8 months of like a luxury dope apartment for no reason at all. Like I completely wasted the money just because I thought, and this was also stupid. This is the first year I ever made money where I did not understand that taxes are a real thing. So I thought you gave me a check for, 20 grand or whatever. I got 20 grand. It's like, no. So then it got to the point where I didn't have enough money in my bank account to pay the taxes. So I had to file extension after extension, and I'm paying this apart. So I was like getting recognized like in the streets selling tickets, not having like literally like negative money. Like I had negative income in like 2017. And so now I've gotten like smart. Now I just like I like live within my means.
I'm smoking shit that's fucking donkey piss.
Now if you gave me a check for like
I'm smoking
10 grand,
shit that's
I would know
like
that I'm
turtle
only
dicks.
$3,000 of that money
I'm
back
smoking
to my
shit that's
managers,
like
agents, taxes,
cow
70% of my money is just
armpits.
gone. It's the way it is, and I've just accepted it and dealt with it. And I'm like,
I'm
on
smoking shit
paper,
that's like
on
pig
paper,
pit.
I'm fucking balling. But net, no sir, no sir. You live in a 2-floor walk up. Thank you.
My shit tastes like grasshopper
I'm
ass.
still on a payment plan from 2022. Yeah.
You don't even know how dank this shit is.
Extend until I die, probably.
You ain't never even sucked on a motherfucking
Generational debt. That's what I say.
antelope hoof.
Yeah.
You got another voice?
You ain't done it.
Let's do it. I
You
figured
ain't done it.
it's a room full of men. Let's give a lesbian some advice.
Have you ever even tried crocodile throat?
We would be the ones.
You don't even try crocodile throat.
Question is, how do y'all approach
Tastes delicious.
Tastes delicious.
from a small conservative town in the South, recently moved to DC. Pride Month off in DC at a gay club. Beautiful, gorgeous.
That's that shit.
She's there with her friend having a good time.
Don't at me.
Imagine if I had to resuscitate you.
Good vibes. And I know
What the fuck is wrong with you?
eye contact while she's going to see.
Would you respect if I said do not resuscitate?
Her and him look away for
Probably not.
20 minutes or so, and I noticed her and her
Meaning like that. Do not resuscitate means like if you're brain dead,
courage to
they don't put you on a ventilator. It's not like if you're just drowning, not to resuscitate.
Yeah, but what if that's how I feel?
I'm resuscitating you.
Even in venom drowning.
If that's how you feel, then you might as well just kill yourself.
Hey.
Well, what the fuck? You're gonna go swimming and accidentally drown and don't want to be resuscitated? That's retarded.
How do y'all
Yes.
say your parents?
That's different than gonna be a vegetable your whole life. I would hope.
I think you can still become a vegetable from
Why does
drowning.
it sound like she's hiding out from
If
the
you're
community?
dead,
Like,
if
she's
your
in the bathroom
shit,
napping.
your heart stops for long enough.
I
If
feel
they
like dancing with
brain stops.
life support.
That's an old school move.
Go on it.
I'm not mad at that move.
I'm not.
Of paying attention to
What
the
if I was drowning for like 15
To
minutes
get the attention of the other person, like
if the baddie
and like you brought me back after the 15 minute mark? I'm like a
is
little
her friend
fucked
at
up.
least bad too?
I'm
Just
literally
stuffing
a
him.
lifer.
Like
I
that's
mean-
my thing. Like, is the friend?
I just think lesbians don't
I
really
died.
know.
No,
So just whip
I
out
got
the strap
fucked
that's in the jeans
up.
and let her know what time it is.
Yeah, scissor. I don't know, man. I think like you gotta just be confident. It's the same thing as guys to girls.
That's how
It's
you're supposed
like
to be,
I don't like playing the game. I don't like being like I'll do that. I don't like these ulterior motive games. Because then automatically I feel like nobody trusts
I'm
me.
scared of people.
I just want to be direct.
People,
I want to be
people.
like, listen, I think you're hot.
I don't want to be
Right
around.
now,
I want to dance with you. I'm
He's like, "Is there any
wildly
more girls
attracted
I
to you.
wanna be like,
I don't know how long it's gonna
That's
last
why I'm on
because
the
my
computer.
therapist
No, they're
thinks I'm
definitely
gay. But in the moment right
Definitely
now,
not. They're probably
I want to
already
dance
pissed
with you.
and
And
want to charge you more if
see
you
if,
put
you know,
more
I
out there.
want to see if I can
Since
last
they
more than
came
5
and looked
pumps.
Yeah.
Or if not, maybe I'm a hot older brother.
Oh.
And we can stream together.
Yeah, we can stream together. I don't know, but I think confidence is key, man. I think like you got. I don't like these. Because then, you know what it is too. I'm like exhausted by.
I thought you didn't want to get rid of the stroller.
It's like I don't have the
We're not
energy
babies.
to play the game with you. It's like I want to sit you down right away and be like, listen, I want to, I'm wildly attracted to you. I have blood pressure issues. I could have a stroke.
I want
And it's like,
10.
like until then, like let's
Guys.
just hang out, see where this goes.
10
I
kids
don't
in the
want,
chats, guys.
I'm never
10
gonna
kids
get
in
mad
the
at
chat.
you. You get mad at me. I don't want to do. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal
I'm
with
not
any
the
drama.
mother of even
I don't want
5.
to deal with any.
Why are you screaming at me? I'm right here.
Right now, everyone's
I
like,
can
"No,
hear you."
like, we're done. I I
can't-
literally, I don't think I'd ever get into another relationship again. I just
Yeah,
really
yeah.
because I feel connected. I feel fulfilled by my
If you
kids.
see me and
I
you
feel
trying to
fulfilled
see
by
what's
my
up.
career. With the girls, it's like once it's an issue, I'll be like, you know what, dude? I get it. I get why
I was
you're
just gonna say that.
I don't want to deal with you.
You know
yelling.
what the fucking vibes are. Smoking spaghetti and ramen.
Absolutely, but I don't know if I'm to the point where you, like you're saying,
No.
you wouldn't
It is.
want to get into another relationship.
I don't even want to get to know him again. Just that whole exhausting. Like, let me tell you about myself, and then we'll move on to the next conversation when we get deeper. I don't want to tell you my childhood. I'm done.
It's not even like I want to hook
I've
up.
done it with enough people.
Yeah, I don't want to hook up with all these girls. I'm not doing. There was a part of me that used to be like, oh, I just want to fuck. I don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
Like that's dangerous. I don't want to invite strangers into my
That's
life.
not
I
it.
just don't want anyone to be mad at me anymore. Like I don't want. It's like exhausting when it's like every day one of these girls is fucking mad at me.
Yeah.
My daughters, her, my mom. It's like I just don't want to do it. I like it where it's just like, dude, let's just be easy. I want life to be easy.
You could
know?
be a real estate guru with all those breakups, though. Just apartment after apartment.
Bro,
Sub-
I've moved
lease.
8 times in 9 years. That's why.
Yeah.
I do
8
wanna sound like
full
he's
moves,
supportive.
and I still don't know how to pack it up shit.
Oh, my last spot, I just left it and just moved on. to
Walked
the
away.
next
I respect that.
spot. Yeah, I'm not doing this. No,
Yeah.
no,
See you later.
here's the fee. Go
Yeah.
ahead, take it.
Yeah.
Just throw it out. I'm done with that.
Do you think that stems from having children, like for the two of you?
Yeah,
or,
for sure.
Yeah, you just don't want to go through that, introduce someone to your daughters.
That it's too much, and I'm telling you, I think it's a fulfillment. That, like, if you feel fulfilled, I think a lot of people get into relationships, and even me at times. Like, you get it, you like, I want, like, this person completes me. I feel fulfilled here. But if you're
I got
fulfilled by, like,
sex,
career and
bundles,
me and my kids,
bags,
it's like, I don't
what
need
you
this
need.
third I just don't need it. At least at this point
It's
in my life.
full
Maybe
of
I
gold
get to another point in
pieces.
life where you do, but like right now, I'd be like, I'm happy with my situation.
All
but
gold,
if that changed, I'd be
mad
like, yo,
fake,
what am I
turns
chasing?
your shit green.
I could also just throw on VR goggles and watch porn.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You could definitely do that.
That's it.
I also know if I'd want to put another person in that scenario. I couldn't even
Sounds
think of
fun.
the time I would have to even go out and date, let alone really talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And now balance that, and then I feel like I'd just be stringing someone along, and now you have to be involved with
Dude, I don't even know why we're alive right now.
It's also
kid and like
it's too many. It's too many things. It's too
Yeah, I
many
think you're
things to worry
exaggerating a
about.
bit,
Yeah.
but
No, where it is,
I'm
I
good.
can't grab
I'm
it. I
good. But I
tried to
do
bring
think
my folks out,
this
they don't
lesbo
even
should just be
blame me.
confident.
Just like I
I've
cannot
never
Stop
met
dancing around with everyone
insecure
else's
lesbian
friends.
though. That's what's crazy. Most lesbians are the most confident people I've ever
And I'm
fucking
not
met.
being dramatic.
Yeah,
are you done?
They'll grab your dick.
Oh
just
my
to show,
god.
like force.
100%.
Like they don't even like dick. They just want to be.
Do you know a lesbian? I was listening to a lesbian talk the other day. She was saying that it's about it's about.
He's like just bird watching.
Messy?
I live stream lesbian combos, and she was talking about.
I was thinking that all last night. Oh my god, it's crazy that you said that now. I was thinking of it all yesterday. Last night I was like in the bed like,
Suck the clit like
but
that.
then I was like, what if I'm like,
That's what you do. You suck
real
that like it's a
eyes.
dick, and that's
Real
how you get
eyes.
some squirt, and this is what you gotta
real
It's weird.
lies?
Sucking dick is what
I'm gonna
makes
make
you
that my
realize.
way
something
message
pussy.
on Instagram.
Right.
They just put it in layman's terms for
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your therapist may have a point.
You've gone 39 years without sucking
Ralph.
clit.
You said
I would do it, but I guess I would just do it wrong. You know,
Um,
get a nice hard clit. You got it nice and hard, and you suck
Wait,
it.
what'd he
And I
say?
was like, this is it. I never knew.
what did Chrissy D just say?
Sucking on a small Jolly Rancher.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah, yeah. Actually, wait. Let me see. I was texting my friend about. Let me
I thought
see.
you were about to pull a clit out.
No, let me see. Let me see.
the VR.
Hold on. Let me see if I can. It was where the hell is this? I think where I had
While he
yeah,
finds that mall,
I was
what
sending
age
screen-
did you start eating pussy?
It's my first time I ate it. Probably was 18.
She was furious.
For the first time that you ate pussy?
Barely out of the
And when did you lose your virginity?
I was telling
16?
her what they did.
You ate no pussy in those 3 years of being
My
sexually
fairy
active.
tale was being
You may not be the 8 that women make you out to be.
Well, this is also
Nigga been
like
hating
this
for-
is
yo,
also
since that
over,
girl said
always
that.
gonna hate.
He been questioning that since that girl said.
this is over 20 years ago, Rory. Let him
Oh
develop.
no, I've also done research and women come back with rave reviews against Maul. I fucking hate it.
Because I thought you couldn't eat pussy well if you had a short tongue. I have a short tongue.
in the midst of me.
Zoom in.
See? And so, but then I was told by this lesbian, no, it's just about sucking. You got to suck the clit. It has nothing to do with the length of your tongue.
Yeah.
Because I was going in, I was always taking a negative mindset into eating pussy, and I wouldn't want to do it. I'd say I get a sore throat. I'm not good at it. My tongue gets tired.
Yeah.
It's not about the tongue.
No.
Yeah.
You suck the clit.
It's
what it is.
jaw movement.
That's what it is. So I'm
Well,
back at it.
Basically, telling you
Are you what?
That's
Yeah, you're
Thank
right.
you
She
for the
does look like
gallery.
the
Yes.
girl from the woods.
Respectfully, do you think
They shoved his
that will
face
have your
in
girl
his
think
face.
you're
Oh!
cheating if you just show up in the bedroom the next day and know how to suck a clit?
Sorry,
might,
guys.
yeah,
You
because
know,
I've
it's
been
all
so
just
bad at it.
ads and
some
hoopla, and
questions.
it's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
just
I think
props.
that's-
It's
Yeah,
props.
Bashing
You
your
know,
nose on it for however
props,
many years.
Yeah,
propaganda.
Like, you know,
Um,
and maybe, yeah, and maybe,
uh,
I don't know, but that's the thing,
smoke
it's
and
like, I don't-
mirrors.
It's also cool to have kids, like nobody, you know, it's kind of
A farce.
you know.
It's
You're just too-
it ain't real.
Real life. This really happened.
It ain't real. It ain't real. It ain't real, guys.
You can't. That's the thing is you can't really jerk off.
Don't.
But when
Yeah,
I'm on the
well, I
show,
mean,
when I'm on the road though, what am I supposed to do? As soon as you get into, I'm
That
away
might
from
be
my
common
family,
sense
I'll jerk
in
off
the
at
realm
the
of
front
it.
desk.
But if you come from the Christians,
Like-
you never know.
That's how you check in?
Yeah, bro. I'll fucking check. I'm a Marriott Bonvoy Rewards member. I could do that. So elite status.
Yeah.
So I you know, I don't know. But you can't jerk off. This is the thing. It's so hard.
Yeah.
You know.
So no advice for the lesbian. Come on here.
Be confident. That's my
confident,
advice.
Be
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah, then it's also when it's women on women, it's very rare that we see women call out other women for like sexual harassment. Right? I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but like if a guy approaches it's almost dangerous for a guy to approach a strange woman in a club now.
Right. Right.
Because you don't want to offend nobody. You don't know if it's like, yo, is this too aggressive if I approach her like this?
Right.
Oh,
With women, it's like, y'all know each other. Like,
Yeah.
you just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
If you go through my girl's
Yep.
Instagram comments,
Got
it's
me.
basically just her friends sexually harassing her.
Right.
but women
That's all
don't
it
look
is.
at it
Just
from other women. Like,
Nothing but nasty compliments of how
the
amazing.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all sexual
Same
harassment.
thing with guy on guy too. It's just
Excuse me?
how do you know?
just it's well we've seen gay cult. It's the same thing. They just saunas everywhere.
Yeah.
Like he has a sauna story from London that we have.
It's wild. Yeah.
It's way crazier.
We
than
were
any
not
I've
aware of this
experienced.
community.
Bro, so
that was happening.
I was in the sauna
From the sauna mafia?
in London. Yeah, bro. It was
This is like
fucking-
last week too, right?
Do
Dude,
this twice and they know.
it was a sauna situation. So I'm in the sauna, right? Just hanging out there, towel on, right? But in the sauna, in a public sauna, in a gym.
Yeah.
This guy comes in and he goes, he was like, oh, you know, like he knew I was a comedian, right? Because he'd seen me in the gym the day before. And he goes, oh, how was your show last night? I was like, yeah, it was good. And then he was like, oh, good. He was like, what'd you guys do, you know, after the show? And I'm just like, you know, he's like a regular guy.
Yeah.
I was like, nothing, you know, we went this place. And then I said, you know, we wound up at this place at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was called the Meat Liquor. But Meat Liquor, like Liquor, like meat and liquor. And I never
How'd you miss the sign?
No, I know. But it's Meat Liquor. And I never even thought about that name. I was like, oh, it's Meat Liquor. And like my boy, we would just go there. They had like really good food and drinks. So we go to Meat Liquor. So I said, we went to this place, Meat Liquor. And then he goes, oh, is that a gay bar? And I said, no. Like it was calling
I don't think so.
I was like, that's what I said. I said, I don't think so.
I was there for the wings and mozzarella sticks.
Then he goes, you don't think it was a gay bar? Or you don't think you're gay?
she always be letting you know when she goes on Max.
Some questions.
I was like,
Sauna? That's
You've been talking to my therapist?
exactly. I was like, oh, we're on BetterHelp?
No,
And so,
it wouldn't
Rory
let me
Moore.
log in,
Yeah.
so
Insert
I
ad
went
here.
into my HBO
and so I
Max
was
and,
like, no, man, I'm not gay. And then he goes, yeah, well, you're a beautiful man. And I was
except
like,
his, because he said he was watching.
I was like, okay. And then he put his hand on my shoulder.
Nice.
And I was like, no. Oh, and I said to him, I was like, listen, bro. I was like, I respect you and your community. I was like, but don't fucking touch me. I was like, you know, like, do not, you can't touch me. And then he goes, oh, sorry. And then he stops, and then he takes his towel off.
Yeah.
And he takes his towel, he's got his fucking dick, and I was like, holy shit. And then I was like, bro.
Locker room culture.
That's what I said. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he like the sauna was like box shaped. Then he stands in front of the door.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. And I said to him, I was like,
ISO.
I was only in
left
there
the
for like,
towel, right? Just on the.
yeah. And I was only in for like 8 minutes. And I was like, but I'm like, I'm not staying in here. So I was like,
You get your full 15.
yeah. I was like, bro. I was like, listen, man. I was like, I don't want to have to put my hands on you
You got so
because
much
you're
swag.
slippery. I was like, boy, you need to get the fuck out of my way. And then he just like looked at me, and I was like, get the fuck out of my way. And I I kind of pushed him out of the way, and I left the sauna. I sucked my way out. No, I left the sauna, and I went to take a cold shower because I just wanted to take a cold shower and like revitalize my energy.
Yeah.
So I went to take a cold
Get the
shower.
trauma off.
Yeah, dude. I take a cold shower for like a minute or two, like freezing cold, like whatever, and then I open the thing. He's standing right there, and so now I have shrinkage. I have fucking turtle dick, just like long balls, no dick. And he's looking at me, and now I'm like, not only am I mad, but I'm also embarrassed. I'm like, this guy 5 minutes ago thought I was hot. Now he's like, this. Look at his dick. He probably can't be pussy.
Felt he made a good decision by passing on you.
And then I was like, bro, get the fuck out of my way. And then he just moved away. And then he just moved out of the way. And I was like, holy shit. And it was one of those situations where like I called my girl, and I was like, what do I do here? I was like, and then
You felt disrespected?
yeah, I told her this whole story. Right? And she's like, oh my god. I was like, do you think I should tell like the owner of the gym? And she's like, what are you, gay? and I was like, damn, I guess. So I just fucking pushed it down, and I went and did my show.
Yeah, suppress it.
Just suppressed it, bro. Just added it to the list. But yeah, dude, sauna culture's so gay. And sauna culture in the UK is like allegedly like you're only going to a public sauna if you want cock. I did not know that. I was like, I'm going here to sweat out last night.
Yeah. I mean, I respect his routine though, because you know he's done that a lot of times.
100%, bro. There's no way he hasn't done that.
No, he followed every step. First he asked if he went to a gay bar. Then he
Meat
said
liquor
no.
does sound gay in retro.
So he thought he
yeah, to shoot him some bail.
he thought he hit the jackpot. He didn't need to go through his steps
Come on.
anymore.
Yes, I should have said meat liqueur.
Yeah,
That's exactly what you said.
That might have been gayer.
Yeah.
He realized that you weren't gay, then questioned, maybe you don't realize that you are.
Right.
Once that didn't work, established dominance, stand in front of the door naked.
Yeah,
Now you're
I was
gonna have
like,
to get past me.
Yeah, I was like, what are you, living in my thoughts? Are you my brain?
We were in Toronto last year, and Julian sent a text to us in the morning like, "Hey guys, we're going to the gym to get some steam."
Well, that's okay.
Is that not what Steve is?
Yeah.
No.
A tour group chat.
What did you say?
I worked out because I got up and we got fucked up the night before we went to tequila thing, and I still wanted to get a lift and I was trying to stay on routine. And then after I finished my lift, I said, hey, like the amenities here are insane. Do you guys like? I'm going to the steam room. If you guys like feel like, I'm not saying join me. I'm saying if you feel like shit, it's available at some point.
You said let's get a
before
steam,
we go to
fellas.
the
That's what you said.
before we do the show, steam. That's pretty much what I was recommending.
Okay.
And
Now, after your experience in the steam, is that not pretty?
It's, I mean, to kind of say let's do a team steam
that's not what I was saying.
is kind of wild.
That should have been the name of the group chat at that point.
You
Team
should have
Steam.
went to the steam, did it, and be like, guys, I just steamed. If you guys want to go in, it's amazing. But you were like, hey, I'll wait for you guys to
That's
steam.
not what I said.
You guys want all just hang out and
Yeah, like it was an
steam?
Uber Eats order.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of, that's kind of wildly gay.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I guess.
That's all I've been saying. Like, yo, that was crazy.
To invite your boys to steam is kind of
I didn't
nuts.
invite them to.
Crazy as fuck.
It was so gay that no one called him gay in the group chat.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
that's on brand
I
all
don't
the
even
time.
think I
when someone says-
responded.
It was dead quiet for about a day.
Yeah.
I think I doubled down.
He's like, it's great in here. He's like, it's great in here. Great.
Because the steam is even gayer because at least the sauna is like, if you, I could see everything. The steam is like,
Yeah.
dude, it's just cloudy. And it's
You
just
could have a
three-
dick hit your forehead like this.
naked dudes everywhere. And you're like, what? Anything can happen in steam.
Well, that so much has
And we
happened.
know what happens in the steam room. Stays in the steam room.
You have no choice.
Yeah.
So much has happened in the steam at the Equinox in Midtown, I believe it was, that they shut it down.
Yeah.
They shut down. The whole steaming is just it's a fuck fest. The whole culture is shit.
It's crazy, dude. Gay guys get wild in the steam room.
And I just learned about that app that you mentioned on your last episode. What was it called? Shifties? The one where it's like,
Oh, where you could get happy endings?
you just know where you just, it's like a grinder to the max where it's like,
Yes.
it's not by miles, it's by feet. So if I'm on here and it's like, hey, I'm in the sauna at the thus and such Equinox, I'll be here for an hour, so-and-so's 50 feet away. And then you can just like coordinate fucking and hookups or whatever.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So pretty much the bathroom attendant that gives gum out is the one that would jerk you off.
anybody. Yeah.
Honestly, that'd be a nice side gig. Yeah, that'd be a nice hustle.
At the club bathroom.
If that's your thing. But it's like,
If you're
it's
that
like,
horny at the club, though, huh? Go.
oh, that's the thing. Like the gay, you can just pull up and fuck. There's no repercussions.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of like it's animalistic.
Especially with prep now, you can do whatever. It doesn't.
Oh yeah, with prep it doesn't matter.
Nothing matters.
With prep, yeah, because nobody gets AIDS anymore. That was the only thing stopping, like the gay community. But AIDS is pretty much eradicated.
Wait, Biden got rid of the AIDS? He should run on that.
Prep,
I didn't know it was a thing.
that prep stuff. I think you still get like chlamydia and herpes in your butt.
Yeah, but I mean that's
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Take a pill.
you're
AIDS
fine.
is the biggie.
Yeah.
And I don't think you'll get it anymore as long as you're actively taking prep.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Really cured AIDS.
It looks like it became like it proved in 2012. So it's been on the market for a while. And then it looks like 2018, like a better version of it came out. So it's just like the Wild West.
Prep 2.0.
Kids don't fear AIDS like we used to fear AIDS. I mean,
Kids don't fear.
Everybody thought they were getting. Everybody thought they had AIDS at one point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We all thought we had AIDS.
Yeah.
Anytime
We all
someone
were
calls,
convinced we had HIV.
for sure.
Now these
I mean-
kids they're not scared of shit.
Dude, I was so uneducated about AIDS. I was like 19, and I thought that like you could get HIV or AIDS, like not like we didn't have to, like the girl didn't have to have it, but my DNA mixed with her DNA in some type of bad way, we could create AIDS, and one of us would get it like that. So I would ask my aunt, who's a nurse, to test my blood for HIV and AIDS, like on a weekly basis, where they thought I was gay, and I was like, no, I just don't know whose blood and DNA I'm mixing with. And they were like, "Are you retarded?"
Yeah, but I was gonna say, weren't you also studying medicine?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're in medical school.
No, that came a few years later.
Thank God.
That came a few years later. I mean, I literally was so uneducated about AIDS, but now I know everything there is to know about AIDS. So at me,
What type of physical therapist do you think you'd be now?
dude. Bro, first of all, I was a pediatric physical therapist. I was working with the kids.
Oh, wow.
And but now I think if I was going to do PT, honestly, if I was going to go back to physical therapy, I think I'd go back. The kids, it's great. I worked at a school, like for disabled children. It was great. The kids are great. You get out every day at 3 o'clock. Summer's off.
Yeah.
You're on a school schedule, full health benefits. It was great.
Yeah, make sure they don't have AIDS.
That's it, bro. Nobody's
Stress
getting
them out.
AIDS.
Nobody's getting.
None of these kids have AIDS anymore. And then, yeah.
Great times.
We have one more.
We can do another one. I think this one, I've been saving this one for a while, but it seems fitting for Chris.
Does it have anything to do with AIDS?
Yes.
Great.
What's good, Rory, Maul, Julian Damaris? My name's Kev. I'm from Jersey.
Oh,
So
my
I'm calling
ear.
to get your guys' perspective on something I've been just curious about for a while. So every time I bring someone
Hiya.
into the family, they don't speak Spanish, and I'm first-gen Colombian, so my parents speak fluent Spanish and very broken English. I know what their perspective is. Like, we've had that combo, and as long as it's a good person, it's a good individual, they don't care if I bring home, and they'll speak as much English as they can to get to know the person and kick it. I know my perspective, but that's
It was supposed to rain yesterday, today, but it doesn't
somebody
matter.
or not.
They're just
And
lying
I'm
to us,
curious
is
of
what I found out.
what is it like when you go
told
to
me.
a family function or
They
just
told-
meeting
they
your
told me.
significant other, and there's that big culture barrier that you it's hard to
They
communicate
fucking lied.
with the aunts, uncles, and if you're at the dinner table type thing, the whole conversation is in a language you can't understand. And of course we do the little translation on the side, the cousins can speak English type shit. But overall it's 90% something the whole day you can't really understand what's going on. What does it really feel like being on that side of it? And what are I don't know, some stories, good or bad, that y'all have that's through?
I never had a scenario where I was at a girlfriend's family's house and nobody spoke English. It was obviously Spanish. The one time I was dating an Italian girl, I was scared to meet that family. Why? And once, I don't know. I don't know why I was scared to meet him because the father was cool.
They're very progressive people.
The mother was amazing. But once we went to the dinner, I loved the family, and it was like we were family. Like the
Right.
uncle greeted me, hugged me, kissed me on the cheek. I was like, kind of weird. I was like, okay, that's what they do.
Yeah.
One of the greatest dinners I've ever had in my life, but never had a dinner where I didn't know the language.
I think too that the world we live in, you could just Google Translate everything. There's no reason, you can literally open up your Google Translate app and it'll listen to it and then put everything you want that they're saying in English. So I don't think that should be a barrier.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is. Whatever they can't. My family speaks Spanish. I know they're probably talking shit about me.
Yeah.
But whatever. I deal with it.
Just poke your ear up for Gringo and
That's it, bro. Yeah. So I guess he's bringing home. He's saying he's bringing home girls that don't speak Spanish
Don't
at
speak
all.
Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that shouldn't be.
I've dated a lot of West Indian women, and it's still broken English. But when you get a family that is like really, really from the West Indies, first generation, it is still very hard to understand full-blown patois or even Guyanese broken English. They're usually religious, so you sit there and you smile and you say, "God, because of God."
Yeah.
Praise God. Just smile.
Love God.
Whatever they're saying, you can say praise
Yeah.
God as a response, and you're
Yeah.
probably gonna be okay. Anything that they're saying.
That's it.
Just sit and smile.
I would just go, I love roti. I would just say that every few minutes.
Roti.
I love roti. Shout it out. I love roti. I
curry?
love Sean Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a debate on here about a month ago, and I just want to get your perspective on it. We had a debate on whether or not Chris Rock is an A-list celebrity.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Chris Rock is an A-list celebrity.
Thank you.
We felt like that. Rory didn't feel like he was A-list.
You don't think he's A-list?
Because his movies suck.
I never. All right. See, this is where we change narratives on this podcast, which I do as well. Never said his movies suck. I don't think he's A-list because he's not Tom Cruise. He's not Brad Pitt. He's not Denzel. He's not Will Smith. Like, these people are box office A-listers. It's not an insult to say that Chris Rock is. He's an A-list comedian.
Do you think Jerry Seinfeld's A-list?
Unfortunately.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So like Jerry Seinfeld doesn't have big hit movies
At all.
And
but Chris Rock, you know what I mean?
they will give Jerry Seinfeld, even though he's tanked on his last few movies, he has gotten every single budget that an A-lister would get for Jerry Seinfeld.
But the same way with comedy, the same way how you would say, oh, you know, that old saying like, you know, the definition of comedy, you know, you have Jerry Seinfeld's picture and Jerry Seinfeld's picture will be next to the definition of comedy. So will Chris Rock.
Oh,
Chris
for
Rock
sure.
is like the most influential. But
I agree.
but
That's
it's
a
not
separate
synonymous with-
conversation.
But it's not. But no. But you're saying you're not A-list because of the movies.
He's not an A-list celebrity. He's an A-list comedian. He's one of the greatest of all time and would never take that away from him. He's not an A-list celebrity.
Is Adam Sandler an A-list celebrity?
He is.
So you see, I think
And I
even
think-
though Adam Sandler's made more movies, Adam Sandler and Chris Rock are like in the same. They're on the A-list.
No. Not even close as far as movies go. An A-list celebrity type thing.
But like, why movies? You're getting hung up. Like movies is what makes the A-list for you. Like it has to be.
It's a big portion when it comes to A-list celebrities. I feel like movies are a big factor in that type thing.
It has to be movies. If you're in entertainment.
It's a huge factor, in my opinion. A-list comedian, for sure. But
Right.
A-list celebrity, no. But I also think Donald Trump is an A-list celebrity. Like, those are A-listers that we're talking about.
But I think
he's
for
just an A-list comedian.
For me, A-list would be if you have like 90% of the population knows who you are. Like if you can get 9 out of 10 people to be like, I know that guy's or person's first and last name. I think Chris Rock, 9 out of 10 people know that is Chris Rock. Also, his name, Chris Rock.
If we're going by
that is
that,
a name synonymous with comedy. Be like, what do you think? You're Chris Rock over here?
Right.
Like it's literally part of the lexicon.
But if
You
that's
know?
the case, of 90% of people knowing, all right, Ted Bundy, A-list celebrity. Like just people just knowing you.
Absolutely.
All right, then
One of the best.
what's the point of the alphabet then?
I'll be watching
Like,
Pootie
why
Tang on
can't they-
Blu-ray.
It goes back, it starts at L.
Yeah. Just say you want your A-listers to be white. Just say it. You
Yeah,
piece
no.
of shit.
Your A-list is reserved for whites only.
Yeah.
It's Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
That's it.
It is funny
And
though, when
that's it.
somebody like asks me like who's my favorite comedian, I'll always be like, you know, because it's Louis C.K. I'll be like Louis C.K., Bill Burr, and then I'll always be love Chappelle, love Chris Rock.
Yeah, you gotta
You always gotta balance it out racially.
I gotta
Love
buy,
them.
I
mean,
gotta
they're
go buy
the
a
fucking
fucking weed whacker probably next week or something.
But I think Chris Rock is 100% an A-list. That's me. A-list
Okay,
comedian,
so
A-list celebrity.
Jokes aside, what is the point of doing the ABC list if we're just going to throw everyone that's notable in A?
But that's
We
not
didn't throw everybody that's notable.
We talked about.
Yeah, that's
two
not
people. Well, I brought up, so this whole conversation started because I was in West Village like a few weekends ago and I saw Alec Baldwin walk by and then a few minutes later saw John Hamm. And I was like, I had an A-list sighting weekend. And
Okay.
And then Roy was like, well, Alec is A-list, John Hamm is not.
No, John Hamm is A-list.
And then I said that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, no, the fuck he's not. And then we got on the Chris Rock,
We just started throwing names out.
But it's also like who's like a big deal. It's also
In your
subjective,
world.
right? Like you guys are big in music. There's big music. I don't know much about music at all. So like I may not know someone that's like an arena level. I have no idea who they are. So to me, they're not A-list
Yeah.
musically. but somebody else might be. So to me, I guess comedy is my world. Of course, Chris Rock is A-list, and I'm doing that thing where I'm separating it from comedy.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's an A-lister. I mean, the guy isn't Chris Rock like hosted the Oscars?
Yeah.
Or right? So I mean,
I don't think
gotta
you can
be-
host the Oscars and not be.
Yeah, you have to be. It is the A-list ceremony. It is the
Is
award
Ricky
for the
Gervais
movies.
A-list?
Of
Yes.
course,
Yes.
bro. He hosts the Oscars. Jimmy Kimmel. They're all
I
A-listers.
think Jimmy Kimmel is A-list.
Yeah. They're all. If you've hosted the Oscars,
But
you're
Jimmy
A-list.
Kimmel's A-list, but not Chris Rock.
It's a difference. He's
How?
literally every single night for the last 20 fucking years on TV. That's an A-lister. Jimmy Kimmel's an A-lister. He moves. He changes the market. Chris Rock. It's gonna sound like I'm hating on him. He's one of my favorite comedians ever.
No,
Does not
there you go.
change the market.
Chris Rock doesn't
He
change. the
does, bro. He was
market.
the first comic to do a live stream
live
special on
stream.
Netflix. Wasn't
And-
he number one?
And did the market change?
Yeah, people do that now.
Yeah, the roast was live.
Yeah,
Based
yeah.
on how the success of that went, they've done like multiple
Yeah.
live events.
I mean, I don't know if it was his idea,
That's,
but he was
that's changing the
chosen.
market.
He was chosen by Netflix. If they were like, they had a radical idea, let's live stream stuff. They're like, who's the comic that can get us the most eyeballs? They pick Chris Rock.
Okay, so back to John Hamm as an example.
Is Dave Chappelle A-list to you more than Chris Rock?
In the streaming era, yes. Yes, in the streaming era, for when he shows up to Netflix and the deals that he gets, for the longevity that he does, that is an A-lister to me. It's not a talent-wise or back catalog-wise. Yes, he's more of an A-lister than Chris Rock when it comes to the streaming era. Completely.
See, the thing is, you can have this conversation over because it's a subjective thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know, it's people's opinions. But
Do you think someone like Denzel Washington would say, yeah, me and John Hamm are peers?
I think, well, it goes back to, we were talking before the show started, like comedy, like music, you would never, like you would say Jay-Z and, you know, I don't know, Jay-Z and like the Beatles are peers, but they are musically totally different people.
Because those are both A-list acts. To your point before, of take out the little bubble world we live in. Even the acts we know can sell out arenas, but some people don't know who they are.
Right.
A-listers to me are reserved for everyone on fucking earth knows who that is. And
I mean, I don't think there's anybody. I mean, dude, like, there's
it should be
people who
reserved.
don't know. Like,
B-list is fine.
right.
It's okay to be
There's
B-list.
people who don't. Yeah, but that's like a crazy thing. I mean, there's people who don't know who like the Pope is, or like
Well-
Barack Obama or LeBron James. There's people who are just idiots. They don't know. But I think if you take a normal entertainment consumer, just normal, 90% of them would know who Chris Rock is. So that would make them A-list. To me.
From a notoriety stamp, I think there's more stuff involved in it as far as what budget you get,
Right.
what type of movies you do, like who you are within this whole sphere of entertainment. Like
Right. But I think
Will Smith and Chris Rock, outside of their whole thing, I'm just saying, if those two walked into a network, do you think that those two A-list celebrities are getting the same deal?
Will Smith and Chris Rock?
Yeah.
If I think they're worth the same money to network executives.
Bad Boys franchise just passed $1 billion yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Will
fine.
Smith is an A-list actor.
Yeah, but you're talking. You're
Okay, is
just,
Martin Lawrence A-list?
No.
But he's in the Bad Boys movies with Will Smith.
Okay, so everyone that was in a Robert De Niro movie is an A-lister because they were next to Robert
But
De
no,
Niro?
my point is,
The fuck are y'all talking about?
You
It's
use Bad Boys as the example, but
You don't
Martin
have
Lawrence
Bad
is as
Boys
important to Bad Boys as Will Smith
all right,
is.
if-
So that's
if it was Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence for Bad Boys, do you think it's reaching $1 billion right now?
Maybe.
yeah, maybe. I mean,
you can't do the.
Okay.
I mean,
Maybe.
No, I'm saying from inception, Bad Boys started with Martin Lawrence and Chris Rock. That franchise is reaching $1 billion in 2024. Chris Rock wouldn't exactly, right? Because he's not A-list.
Oh my God, that's such a bad.
How is that a bad analogy?
But also in your point, when you said to Chris, like, if they walk into the same building, are the executives going to give that? Well, then you're targeting something that Will's better at, the acting side of things. Okay, would they give Will Smith the same amount for a fucking comedy special as Chris? No.
I'm not even saying movie-wise anything with a series. Chris Rock has... Everyone Hates Chris is one of my favorite sitcoms ever. That's still not proven the way everything Will Smith has done. He's going to walk in and get a crazy bag where Chris will get a good one. They're just a different level, which is fine.
I'm not saying I would argue Will Smith has more money than Chris Rock because you make more money in the movies than you do on tour. But as far as like notoriety on an A-list, I think Chris Rock is as known as Will Smith.
Yeah.
I think they're both equally as what. I go by my mother. My mother, who's just a 65-year-old white lady who's just consumed. She knows who Chris Rock is and Will Smith is. She knows those
Agree.
two.
And that's why I think Chris Rock is a B-list celebrity. People know who he is.
Oh my God.
I go off the mom thing as well.
Right.
But do you think your mom saw Ali, or did she see Down to Earth?
My mom.
Did she see I Am Legend, or did she see Pootie Tang?
Right.
But this Will
My
Smith
mom's a
movie
Pootie Tang fan, but we know that about her.
This Will Smith movie.
Everyone knows
that Will Smith movie on Netflix. I've never seen that shit. When he's like
Oh,
an
that
alien.
awful one where he plays like a cop.
My mother never
Bright
saw
or
that
something
shit.
like that.
Everybody
So
has
fast.
movies that people didn't see. That doesn't mean that you're not A-list. Some people just have bad movies.
Okay, 7 Pounds, New Jack City. Should I continue?
Everybody's seen New Jack City.
Yeah, I feel like my mom's seen that.
Who hasn't seen New Jack City?
I would
Yeah.
like to question your mom on New Jack City.
But my mom,
You don't
to
watch
your
black
point,
movies.
my mom maybe doesn't watch those
Poetic
movies, but
Justice
she
is
watches
one
his
you watch.
comedy specials.
Sure.
He's just coming
He's
at
an
it from a
A-list
different
A-list comedian.
But I think you're getting hung up on the medium. Like, you can be an A-lister and Joe Rogan's an A-lister. He doesn't have any movies because his medium is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's an A-lister, for sure.
Right.
Jimmy Kimmel, I mean, I guess he's in movies, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, the movies are like
Saying Joe Rogan is an A-lister and Chris Rock is not is fucking crazy.
it's a wild thing. Yeah, it's a wild thing.
I think Chris Rock is way more known than
Yo, I
Joe
fucking hate this podcast.
Speaking of,
who has more of a chance of putting together a presidential debate, Joe Rogan or Chris Rock?
Rogan. Well, Chris
see,
Rock
now
played
you're-
it.
you're
You guys give me examples then. I'm just throwing
you're
shit out.
cherry picking things that fit the person you want to be the A-lister.
And I'm saying
I think
with
Chris Rock
certain
put together-
genres, there's a ceiling. No
Nah.
offense to comedians,
No.
but until they move into acting, there is a ceiling with stand-up comedy.
I think that Chris
Not-
Rock
not-
he could put together something amazing with Trump.
Yeah.
I think Chris Rock and Donald Trump sitting down together would be some of the most amazing shit we've ever.
Of course, it would be. That would be amazing. But would it happen? No. There's an actual chance that Joe Rogan and Donald Trump will sit down together.
Yeah, because
he's an
they
A-lister.
cool with each other. They fuck with each other. I don't know if Chris Rock fucks with Donald Trump.
He was definitely in the club with Donald Trump.
He probably was. I just don't know. I seen Joe
I don't
Rogan
know.
and Donald Trump together at some UFC event 2 weeks ago.
The way for Kevin Hart to have to sell out a stadium doing stand-up, he had to go into other arenas to
So
do
Kevin
that.
Hart's an A-list.
For sure.
You're saying that.
Without,
Okay, yeah.
without question.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he sold out the Eagle Stadium,
Yeah.
of course, because of his stand-up comedy, but that was because he went into other realms with movies and everything else. That brought him to that space to do
Right.
stand-up in a fucking stadium.
Right.
There's a ceiling as a stand-up comedian. It's a huge ceiling. It's fucking arenas. It's great, but you can't move on past that without movies. So that's why I compare Chris Rock and Will Smith in that regard.
Is Kevin Hart
Also, Chris Rock has been doing movies since the beginning of his career. He's also a movie star.
is Kevin Hart as big a celebrity without doing movies with The Rock?
No, that helps. Of course that helps.
All right.
But he was able to do a movie with The Rock
Based.
as damn near the co-star because he had done a million movies before that where he was the lead. Kevin's been an A-lister forever.
Listen, I think that Kevin Hart is an A-lister. I think that The Rock is an A-lister. I think that Chris Rock is an A-lister.
Yeah.
That's all.
So then how come Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle for 10 years made jokes about how Kevin Hart is A-list and they're not?
It's called jokes.
Yeah, but they were serious.
I don't know if they were serious. I think they was kind of laughing at just the circumstances. Like,
No, they made
we're
jokes out of
funnier
a
than
real.
They probably feel like
We're funnier than him.
Yeah,
He's an
I think
A-lister.
that's
yes.
where it derived.
I know,
funnier
but-
than this guy.
Okay, now all of a sudden, comedy bits aren't derived from truth.
No, we're saying the truth is Kevin's not funny. They're clearly
don't-
superior comedian.
He may not
Yeah.
see your style of comedy, but Kevin's funny.
Commercially, Kevin's
There's
funny.
levels to an A-list,
Yeah,
but he's
that's-
Chris Rock's
okay,
on it.
levels-
if you want to
levels
say
to an
he's at the
A-list. How about
top of
A,
the
B,
A-list,
C, D? How about the alphabet?
Okay, yeah, then yeah, but top of the A-list is like I don't even know. It's like beyond celebrity. Like top of the A-list would be like LeBron
Cristiano
James,
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo,
Yeah.
the Pope, Barack Obama, like
Yeah.
just figures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the top, and Tom Cruise. I would say, if you ask me, is Tom Cruise more famous than Chris Rock? I would say technically yes, but they're both on the A-list.
And they've all tried to make me sound crazy. My point this entire time is, why can't we just go with the alphabet? If the Pope is A, why can't Chris Rock just be B?
'Cause there's levels
Why
of
does he
A.
have to be an A-list
Because
celebrity?
he's A1, A2, A3. 'Cause
That's
we
what you
to
have
do
B,
letters
C, D, and
numbers.
E for.
That's crazy. All right.
Didn't we have one more?
I didn't.
Gordon Ramsay A-list.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100.
Well, he took a.
Philadelphia, July 25th, City Winery. Philadelphia, we will be in your city live on July 25th at City Winery.
Yes, sir.
City of Brotherly Love, cheesesteaks, state property, I don't know, Meek, Dream Chasers. I'm just using all like the buzzwords for Philadelphia right now.
Yeah.
Joey Merlino.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
I mean, I guess. To sell tickets, I'll say go Eagles.
Yeah.
That's how committed I am to the city
Trust
of
the
Philadelphia.
process.
NewRoyMall.com. Tickets are available right now. Philadelphia, July 25th, City Winery. We will see you there.
No, Warrior now.
Where do you want to begin, Maul? Your silence is saying so much right
It's
now.
scaring me.
What? Yeah, I'm a little petrified right now.
You haven't said a word. We've been in the studio for like 2 hours.
We've been in the studio for 2 hours chilling. You've not said a word yet.
Well, I'm like a little under the weather, so I'm just kind of saving my voice.
Okay.
But we spoke all night, didn't we? We was on Discord all night.
We was on Discord.
Yeah.
Our Patreon subscribers got to watch you watch Kendrick, which was fun.
I don't know if they watched me. I didn't have my camera on.
Well, I'd like to get into the mind of Maul in the last 48 hours, because I'm sure your mentions, comments, text messages, everything was running amok, I would imagine.
No, not really.
In leading up to this Kendrick and Friends show.
No.
It was pretty much just DJ Head and you that people were really looking for opinions of what
Shout out
was
to
gonna
DJ
happen.
Head. That was a great look for him last night.
Great set.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Head.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of like your arch nemesis, even though you guys are cool.
Nah.
Because it is really, if you look at it, it's DJ Head with TDE, and it's you with OVO, and I feel like you guys are just the clash. It's the verses.
Is it?
Yeah, so now we need to do a show in New York where you bring out every New York artist ever.
Okay. It's gonna be a whack show.
Was that a shot at New York?
Yeah. New York music is trash right now.
Nah, but you could do like the legacy shit.
No, you do the legacy stuff, yeah. You bring out Nas and then Jay.
Oh, well, then that's the show. Like, you ain't got to bring nobody else after that. It's
You can
over.
bring out Nicki. That's you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the show. That's it. It's over.
That's you.
Those three?
Yeah.
Show's over.
DJ Head was dressed like his iPhone was overheating.
Wait, what? Where did you...
My brain's weird.
Okay.
But yes, your phone was not ringing off the hook going into the show, was it?
No. No, it was a couple mentions on like Twitter and Instagram and shit like that. People saying I was scared. I'm like, why would I be scared at this moment? I don't understand what people's thinking was. But overall, I think the event was dope. It was good to see that many LA artists, a few that I know. Like, I've been listening to their music for a while, and seeing them have been on a platform as big as last night, being on Amazon. It was dope to see those artists get that look. That was fire.
Yo, Kendrick really might be the boogeyman.
What?
You sound like really humbled right now.
Because I said it was
Like,
dope
yeah,
to see
just
LA
the
artists.
tone and yeah, it feels like he really is the boogeyman.
Or did he just share his platform with some dope artists last night?
He did his stuff.
Yeah, he did his stuff. But it was a good show, though. Overall, it was a good show. Kendrick's set was a little... You know what Kendrick's set felt like?
Okay.
Remember when Chris Rock's comedy special came out after the Will Smith slap?
One of my favorite A-listers, yeah.
Remember how we watched it and we didn't really care about all the other jokes? We just wanted to hear him talk about Will Smith?
I could see the masses want it. I like Chris Rock, believe it or not, and I was excited for his material. But of course, I wanted to hear
watching it, we felt like,
Will
I get to the Will Smith shit.
What's the closer?
That's what watching Kendrick last night felt like. It was like, all right, seeing Kendrick perform, went to the Mr. Morale show, seen him do some of these songs live, get to the climax, the moment that everybody is on Amazon or at the forum for.
I mean, he started with Euphoria, though. I feel like he came out the gate with what we were looking for.
Yeah, I think he did a good job of sprinkling in hits with the diss records. He kind of broke it up. He did Euphoria, to Roy's point, first, and then 6-7 songs later did 616 in LA, and then found time to do Like That, which in this case counts towards the beef.
It was dope seeing Black Hippie on stage, too.
Yeah, it was great to see them all together.
And then close with Not Like Us 5 times.
Schoolboy Q looked great. Love that entire portion. My actual only like real hate of the set was actually the beginning. After Euphoria, amazing start. Love that. But this is gonna sound crazy. DNA, Element, all right, swimming pools.
I kind of didn't need that from Kendrick. Kind of to your point of like, get to the shits. I was there for the Black Hippie reunion. I want to see Collard Greens happen with him and Schoolboy. J-Rock, Money Trees. Before that, I don't need your fucking biggest hits. I did not need Swimming Pools last night. I think it actually would have been cooler as the Pulitzer Prize winner to do like some ill B-side shit in between these diss records. Like, did we really need DNA Element?
Yes.
Yeah. Rory, most people wanted to see that.
And I argued this.
He's performed it so many fucking times that I just don't think it needed to happen.
He also has a bunch of new fans.
Thank you. Thank you. He gained so much more attention from this beef. He needs to play hits.
So we're talking about
fans.
somebody that had one of the highest grossing tours ever last year.
Yeah, they can still gain
is now
fans.
sitting with his management going like, we should really give him swimming pools for these new fans.
You don't plateau just because
he should have done fucking Sing About Me in between to show that he's the greatest fucking rapper of this modern era.
No, that's
and then go into your diss records that Sing About Me is an awful record?
For this set,
He
yes.
said awful idea, not awful record.
It's a great record, but for this set list, yes.
How?
You're saying, okay, so your argument is he's an arena artist. He doesn't need to gain more. You can always gain more fans. You can always become a bigger artist.
Of course, but I'm saying he's not someone that's really in need of searching for new fans that he needs to do fucking swimming pools.
It's not a need. It's just smart. It's just how to continue to become a bigger artist, a more impressionable person in music.
And I'm sure the LA people that were there that bought tickets and actually went to the show were very happy to hear swimming pools. I'm sure they had a ball.
I had a ball.
I don't think he was doing it for Amazon Prime. I think he was doing it for the people that were there.
I think LA probably looks at swimming pools as Kendrick's worst single.
Also, who is LA? We were joking on the crowd in the Discord chat. It was just 90% white people in there.
It's California.
Yeah. California's like 90% white people.
Well, most of this country's white, which I argued last night as well. Like
that's when I knew the Discord was going left, when we started arguing about the census report.
On Juneteenth.
Well, they were saying rap is it's for black people. It's not. Rap is popular music. Popular music is for the populace. The populace is 58% of this country is white people. White people love rap. That's the hard. It's
and
not
white
even
people
harsh
love
reality.
Swimming pools.
It's the reality.
Oh, white people have swimming pools.
That is
plenty,
true.
They love
plenty.
it.
And they use them.
I know I'm going to be painted as the hater for me just being mad and nitpicking swimming pools. I just really feel Kendrick is one of those artists that doesn't need to do that type of shit. He does whatever the fuck he wants to do. That's why I love Kendrick Lamar. That's why I thought it was weird that he did some of the bigger hits. I thought he could have taken that time. He just went on tour. I think he could have taken this time in this moment to do some B-side shit that proved how good of a fucking rapper he is.
Y'all keep saying he just went on tour. That's what, like what, 3 years ago?
2 years ago, but he was on tour for over a year. Like, you also have to include like Europe and
yeah.
He just got home relatively recently.
I think I understand what Rory's saying. I think you wanted to hear some of like the deeper cuts on the albums that,
Yeah,
that you probably don't see him perform a lot.
Because I understand. This was a victory lap. Let's call it what it is. This was a victory lap, nail in the coffin. I won this beef. We think he's putting an album out, but it's not like one came out last night and this was a rollout for that. This was a moment for a victory lap. I just don't think he needed to do the regular shit that he's already done. Like, really make it a moment.
Right.
Do Not Like Us 15 times. I thought that was a genius move. But if we're going to make this a moment for real, yeah, give me some shit from Section 80. Like, really make this a Kendrick moment that's for the fans.
Yeah.
Not just a tour set that you did already.
I think it was
because I watched with Mr. Morale. Like,
yeah,
he did deep cuts in that entire thing. I don't know. I get it. It was a party, so play swimming pools. But
I just think the bigger thing is like what now. I think that last night we probably got the first look at what is probably going to be a continuous thing for Kendrick. Maybe it's a Lang Festival, PG Fest or something like that. Because it felt like a festival last night. It felt like a opportunity for a lot of LA artists to get seen on the stage by amount of people that they probably never performed in front of. It felt like a summer jam type of thing for LA.
Yeah, for sure.
So it'll be interesting to see what Kendrick does as far as business-wise with this type of show moving forward. Like, I don't think this. If I was, part of his business team, this wouldn't be the last time we do something like this.
Yeah,
obviously is something that they can continue to do maybe every summer, every Juneteenth, maybe something like that. Overall, the end of the show, having everybody on stage at that time, you know, a lot of people that have a lot of history personally with, you know, different areas of California, different gangs and things like that. To see a lot of these artists on stage together last night, Juneteenth, you know, beef aside, obviously, that was a dope moment for California. And I do hope it translates over. I hope it's not just a last night thing. I hope it translates further. And you see more camaraderie like that. You see more people that historically probably wouldn't fuck with each other because of, you know, just history. But to see them all on one stage last night, having fun, you know, dancing together and things like that, I think that's a dope idea. Great energy. And I hope that it's not just a one and done thing. I think that Kendrick and his team should definitely look into doing something like this every year for California.
You know what I learned from this, watching this? There's no more powerful unifier than mutual shared hatred. Because to your point, Mal, these are gangs from all over California.
This was not hate for Drake that they're all on the stage like we're gonna end gang violence because we hate Drake. That's not what
my
this
point
was.
is, this moment wouldn't happen had the whole beef not happened. This show wouldn't have been a thing.
No, it wouldn't have, but it could have been. It wouldn't have been,
Yeah,
but it
but
could
that's my
have
point.
been.
We need the catalyst. The catalyst being this all, like, I'm fine. We won't pin it all cumulatively on Drake, but that's a big part of this whole thing. So if the beef didn't happen, this moment would have never happened.
I guess that's kind of unfair to say because I don't know what Kendrick or all of the leaders that were on that stage do behind the scenes that we don't know about. Like, yes, this happened because Not Like Us existed and the rap beef happened. I don't think Kendrick does this show unless the Drake beef happens. So yes, I agree with you there, but I can't put it past everyone on that stage that they haven't been working on this idea for years.
Where are you,
Kendrick's preached about this since the beginning of his career. About unifying shit. Like, this is pretty much what Nipsey was doing in the public before his passing, of trying to unify gangs in LA. So I'm not gonna pretend like I know anything about it. I just wouldn't put it past these gentlemen that this was not a conversation that's been going on forever.
I think
they didn't just decide, yo, fuck Drake, let's get on stage and do this.
I think it's two things could be true. I think that I don't think that we get this show without the Drake beef because we never got the show before the Drake beef, right? So but using what it started as to then unify a city and a state. I think that it's a great move. It's like, yeah, we know what it's rooted in. We know what this the energy is. It's obviously derived from a battle with one of the biggest artists in the world. And Kendrick somehow turned it into the entire California versus that artist.
Yeah.
But you can't be mad at that. Like, it's like, okay, cool. You know, if that's what it is. But the bottom line is he used that moment and that energy that derived from something that could have been negative or could have been something that turned into something that is obviously you don't want to see. He used that to unite a city and to unite people that probably wouldn't have been in the same stage with each other because they never were on the same stage with each other. So I think that it's a genius move. I think that it's a great move. I think Kendrick wanted this moment. Like you said, they probably spoke about doing something like this behind the scenes and just used these last 2 months and things that occurred and records that were created. He used all of that energy and turned it into something that he probably has been trying to figure out how to do for some years now. So, you know, beef, like I said, beef aside between him and Drake, what Kendrick did last night was dope for California.
And from what we understand, no incidents happened backstage at all. Like, that's incredible. Fuck the stage. Backstage, nothing happened.
Yeah.
That's incredible with this scenario.
Yeah.
My only other issue outside of swimming pools, which we talked about a few episodes ago, I don't really like this narrative that Kendrick, DJ Head, and the West Coast has put on the rest of us that we hate the West Coast. Since fucking when? We love y'all. He even said in this record, people hate the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. DJ Head was talking about that too. We love y'all. You guys make incredible music. There's never been a time where I felt anyone has hated the West Coast.
I mean, that's just. I think that's something
It's a
that.
weird narrative to me.
Yeah, I think that's something that artists, because it's not just well, if this was a artist from Atlanta, y'all don't fuck with the South. You know what I mean? It's like that's just something in a moment that I think artists say, regardless of where they're from. Like, but I don't put too much credence on that. The people I know love California, love going to California, love visiting. I mean, Dr. Dre was there. Who don't know Dr. Dre? That's probably 40 years of hip hop right there in itself from the West Coast. So I don't put too much credence into that.
Maybe I'm out of touch, and that is something that's been happening. But for my entire life, we have always loved the West Coast. They make incredible music.
Yeah,
in every era.
I think that it's just maybe because a lot of the artists haven't had mainstream success. A lot of the artists that were there last night, maybe I don't know. It comes from that, but that's just like I said. If this was an artist from the South, they would say, "Oh, y'all don't fuck with the South," and it's like, what? Like, who doesn't fuck with the South? Like, so I don't put too
Only
much.
3 Stacks had a point when he said that. After that, we've loved Atlanta.
I think before that we loved Atlanta.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just
He's
I
a
don't
pussy.
I don't put too much into that. I don't put too much stock into artists. I think you almost are programmed to say that in certain moments, like when it feels like it's a battle or beef. It's like, yo, this is the West Coast. This is
He's a pussy.
when
He ran away the
Snoop
whole game.
and Suge was on stage for the Source Awards. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't got love for the West Coast. Was like,
Yeah, but I mean,
what?
that was street shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just that statement though. That statement in itself was like, who at that time? I'm speaking for myself. Like, y'all were pretty young.
Yeah, it was.
You could not go anywhere in New York and not hear Doggy Style playing.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm just talking about for me. Like, I'm talking about somebody that was like in school, Walkman, walking around, listening to Snoop, listening to Dre. In that moment, I was like, what is he talking? Now in that room, I don't know what I wasn't at the Source Awards, so I don't know what the energy was in that room. But outside that room, I was like, I can't walk anywhere in the Bronx and not hear Gin and Juice right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about?
and I mean, I thought the whole point of why Big was so important was because finally New York had an artist.
Yeah.
When the West Coast had everything on fucking Ready to Die is a West Coast album.
Mm-hmm.
That's all fucking funk music.
Yeah. But I don't put too much stock into that. But overall, I do think that what Kendrick did last night was a really really dope look for all of those artists that was able to touch that stage. Shout out to Blue Bucks Clan. Shout out to Dom Kennedy. Shout out to Problem.
Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Westside Boogie, our homie.
Love it.
Shout out to somebody else that touched the stage last night.
Shout out to Tommy the Clown, first of all, as I was a crump kid, so just
Yeah, and people took that tweet that I tweeted the wrong way. I think they thought I was
The domestic violence one or the
No, because I said Tommy the Clown. I said Tommy the Clown had a longer set than Tyler the Creator.
Yeah. Which was accurate.
It was accurate, but it wasn't to shit on Tommy the Clown. I was just like, I would have loved to see Tyler like get a couple more records off. Like, that's all. Like, I know with Tommy, trust me, I've been to LA, I've been to parties where Tommy the Clown pull up, and I spoke about it years ago. I said, yo, New York needs some shit like that. It's like the ice cream man pulling up and just giving kids ice cream, except all of these kids hop out and start dancing. Like, that's some of the dopest shit ever. So that wasn't no disrespect to Tommy the Clown. People just take shit, out of context sometimes.
I think it was a really cool moment for Tyler, and this is outside looking in, East Coast perspective. I could be wrong. I've always felt like the West Coast really never validated Tyler as one of their
And I killed myself. I fucking
he may
hate
have
this map.
done some of that on his own as well. Like, he separated himself. But I've always felt, even in like barbershop hip hop debates with West Coast friends, they don't claim Tyler as theirs. So to me, this was a cool moment for Tyler.
Yeah.
Like, he is from LA. I feel like people miss that.
Is he from LA or is he from California? I don't know
He's from Hawthorne, Ladera Heights, like that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, he's from LA, like, for real. I just don't think it's really ever connected with that LA scene. Like, he's always been on the outskirts.
He's not the prototypical LA artist. He's not.
But at the same time, he's so LA at the exact same time.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
So I thought that was really cool for him to be in.
He was
the
one of the
middle
people I
that.
was surprised to actually see on the stage. I didn't know he was gonna be there. Like, he wasn't one of the names when we were throwing names around. He wasn't one of the names that people was like, Tyler the Creator's gonna be there. Like,
and
he
a
wasn't
couple
one of
set lists and photos leaked, like from the event themselves, and his name or face wasn't on any of the stuff. So he might have just been like a last minute addition.
Yeah.
Pulled up.
Either
glad
way,
he
it was
there.
dope. It was dope to see him.
Great moment.
Touch that stage.
We were talking about Euphoria in the set list. I just want to kind of go back here. He did say in Euphoria, we on Discord were speculating if he would change lines or maybe even add a new verse or whatever. He did change one line on Euphoria, and he said, "Give me Tupac's ring back, and I might give you a little respect." Thoughts on that?
I mean, cool. Euphoria was also like a little all over the place, and I feel for him. I have no idea what it'd be like to rap a 6-minute song for the first time at the forum, but like he fucked up Euphoria a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he probably forgot some of the verse.
Yeah, which I get. I'm giving him all the grace in the world on
Yeah,
that.
that's tough to remember all of those bars.
And shout out to like Mike Carson and everyone that was doing the creatives, because they had the fireworks for specific moments, and I could tell they was freestyling because Kendrick just kept going back to other parts of it. Like Kendrick was all over the place. But that's why I don't think much of that line mattered too much. It was more that Kendrick just kept trying to find his place in the entire song.
Yeah. Okay. Then what about let's go through people that were there. They panned to LeBron a bunch. Obviously Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan. They joined him on stage. Whitney was there with their children. Dave Free was also in the building.
You mean his business partner that was producing the show?
Well, you know, if they have that much bad of the blood, then who's to say? Who else? I mean, all of LA was there. So I looked at that. Huh?
All of LA.
Most of LA.
Most of LA.
Most of LA.
Yeah. Some of LA.
All of LA can fit in the forum.
Yeah, of course they can. You know that.
But I don't know. I look at that and I think I try to look at that through the lens of like Drake has to be harboring some resentment because these are obviously people that he's collaborated with, worked closely with, and probably respected, and might still respect some of them. But I don't know.
Well, we were debating on Discord. I thought it was an L when YG came out. I think that's an L to Drake. If you start Family Matters, which is incredible,
we took
this
that
record,
lead easy.
that YG is your man, and then he comes out at the diss concert against you, and then is also singing along to Not Like Us at the end.
Dude, fuck
to
off.
me, that is an L. He also performed a song that Drake was on. That's an L to me in the scope of this beef. If we're placing L's on each person, yeah, that's an L. If I'm Drake, I would feel a fucking way too. But then if I'm YG, why did you even bring me into this? Why'd you add me to Family Matters?
Because that's his guy.
Yeah, but I got nothing to do with this shit. Leave me the fuck alone.
And also, I wouldn't even take. I mean, me personally, if I was Drake, I wouldn't take that personal. YG is like the most. Like in the picture next to like Cali, there should be a picture of like YG. Like,
For sure.
He was never gonna miss a moment like this.
Yeah, no, you know he shined his best church shoes for this shit.
Yeah. So like, I wouldn't. If I me personally, if I was Drake, and I'm sure he's not, I wouldn't take that personal at all because that's more about LA than this beef. It's like
I
a moment.
don't think he takes it personal. I think he understands what this is. This is a moment for Cali, for LA. I don't think he's that strung out on his ego to where it's like, nah, you better not go up there with Kendrick. I don't think it's anything like that. I think that I said it. I think in the beginning of this whole beef, I was like, it's funny the things you think that an artist that's entrenched in a battle like this would probably be doing at home, and what they're going through, and then when you find out it's just a regular day and they just chilling and not worried about shit at all, it's like, oh, so I'm more concerned about this than the actual artist going through it. I think this is the same shit. I don't think Drake cared about YG being on stage, or he's upset that YG was there. I don't think that. The one person that was notably missing that I think is something to talk about is Game. I think that's
next point. Yeah,
the one person that was missing from the show. And I've been talking to some of my peoples out in Cali last night.
He was upset. He's like, yeah.
It was something to the extent of, I think that, I don't know if, does Cali fuck with Game?
I wouldn't know and wouldn't even want to speculate in that regard.
Only reason I ask that is because even during the battle, Game had posted, what was he watching, a Drake video, or he was watching
something along those lines.
He
Yeah.
had posted something that he was watching. I don't know if it was a Drake video, something he had posted. He was in the crib watching TV, and
This is
everybody.
gonna be my
was
last
like,
one, and then I'm taking a
"Yo, so
break
that's
for the
gonna
day,
be my post
guys.
During this battle and things like, and even then, you go back to that post. It's a lot of people under the comments saying, Cali turned their back on Game a long time ago. Or Compton turned their back on Game a long time ago, and things like that. And these are things that I never knew and never heard, and I was surprised to hear some of the shit. And I was like, really? Like I was out the know on a lot of that shit. But the fact that Game wasn't on stage and he wasn't there last night adds some type of validity to those things. Like, do they fuck with Game?
I mean, he was vocal during this entire thing, even dissed Rick Ross for Drake. Like, that all started because of Drake. He was defending Drake. But everyone that even kind of played the middle, YG included, because I'm sure he's still cool with Drake, was invited and was on stage. So I think it's years and years of Game rubbing people the wrong way. I don't think it was just this one Drake situation. I think it has a lot to do with how Game has moved in the last 20 years. And again, I have no fucking idea about West Coast politics, but I can add. And Game is left out of a lot of West Coast shit when it comes to
which is crazy because he's easily one of the biggest artists out of the West Coast ever. So for him,
Game is one of my favorite rappers of all time. I know that sounds crazy when you hear it. Game is one of my favorite rappers. He does not have a bad album. He also has a classic album, which a lot of rappers don't have. He brought might have to. He brought the West Coast back single-handedly. But I think just how he moves, people are like, I don't really know about you, bro. Yeah, but I don't know about like the gang politics shit. I'm just saying, like, period. I think Game rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah, but a night like last night, I think a lot of people that was on that stage have rubbed each other the wrong way over the years.
Yeah, but not in particular to this incident. Like this was.
Yeah, but everybody
unified on the beef.
Yeah, but everybody last night wasn't there as a unification on the beef thing.
Is Game and Drake? I mean, Game and Drake. Sorry, is Game and Dr. Dre beefing? Were they ever beefing at a time?
Yes, at all times. You never fucking know. I think Game and apologies for putting this on his jacket and not being a fucking psychiatrist. I think Game is bipolar. I think Game is autistic.
Yo, you love.
I think
you
Game
diagnosing people.
I think that a lot. I think Kanye and Game have a lot in common. We need somebody to
keep a track of how many people Rory has diagnosed.
Rory's
with autism.
little psychology book.
Yeah, like we need he's diagnosed at least 4 like icons with like
I think
Kanye
Game, I think Game and Kanye are extremely similar. Just one is a pyro and one is like an artsy guy, so he gets more passes. We forgive Kanye more for a lot of shit. Game is the same. He's just a fucking blood, so we don't give him the same grace. Game has done a lot of fuck shit. He's insane. I think he's mentally ill, but he's also an incredible artist. And I think that has a lot to do with why he's not invited to any of these things. I think he's done a lot of shit behind the scenes where people are like, yo, I can't deal with his brain. You never know what you're gonna get with Game.
Hi, y'all.
Yeah, but
thanks for watching.
Since he came out.
As always, I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a good one. Take it easy today.